Hello people of Earth, it's your pal the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming away with another low-key broadcast. Today's Thursday, do you know what that means? It's time! It's time! It's GWA time! I'm in Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, happy to have you with us, and hope the day finds you well. Alright, let's head straight to the ring, and the action, which I have once again taken the liberty of pre-booking. Gives me a little something to do between GWA events week to week. I should probably do that for more games that I play. Anyway, I don't want to spoil anything, so let's go straight to proceed. I double checked before we launched here that I had done everything I needed to do in terms of merchandising and maintenance and whatnot. You may have noticed we spent a good $1.5 million on this one. We did a lot of upgrades to facilities, knowing that we would sell the sucker out and we were charging $80 a head. Okay. Nobody no-show, which is great because we got some guests tonight. So, further stories to unfold. First up, we have a non-title match because we have a few of those this evening. I'm trying to branch out and serve a different philosophy. Hang on 1 second. 1 second, please. There we go. Just double checking something. Where I can have half of our titles defended one night, and then, or 1 month, and then the other month to try to give people a break, champions a break, that sort of thing, and then add more tag and 6-person tag matches to sort of help people not get worn down as quickly, because you only have to work a half or a third of a match. That's the theory anyway. But as you can already see by the title defenses that are coming up here, we have some guests coming to try to take their belts back to their promotions. I'm trying to do the right thing by a few organizations, as it's getting nutty with the amount of titles we have in this organization. Nothing on the line here except I think whatever winning faction in this next match might just earn themselves a tag team title shot next month's show. Let me double check that I turned this off of elimination. Wonderful! It is also just a 1-fall match. We have a 2 to 3 falls match coming up for the 6-person tag team championships in the second half of the show. For now though, non-title 6-person action, as we said. Consequences though, as the winning faction gets represented in a tag title match next month, as once again, the senior official here in the GWA, Mr. Bigfoot, rings the bell and we are underway. A quick paradise lock there from David Houston, just sort of showing off in the corner of Johnny Gargano, Daniel Bryan, and newcomer to the Dragon Dojo. Ooh, excuse me. Not a word, I've forgotten his name. Jonathan Gresham. Taking on, it looks like David Houston, Thomas Walker, and Matt Robinson, former tag champions in their own right. Any two of the three on the winning side can contend for the tag straps next month. 1, 2. Gargano now, tagging out to the newest Dragon Dojo member, Mr. Gresham here. Had a title opportunity in his first appearance. Unfortunately on the losing end of that effort. Hoping to help his faction get another opportunity at gold by defeating the Industry here. Stiff knee to the midsection there, making Thomas Walker think about things. Quickly tags out to Matt Robinson. Probably the most prolific striker on the Industry side of things. As we see him putting those mid-kicks to work immediately. To grand effect as down goes Jonathan Gresham. Still working the midsection. Now further trying to take the air. Wrapping his legs around. Wrapping up his throat as well. Gresham quickly able to fight free and tag out to team captain, leader of Dragon Dojo, Daniel Bryan, with some vicious mid-kicks of his own. As he hits a series of what he'll call yes kicks. Interesting pin attempt there out of Matt Robinson, just sort of toying with Daniel Bryan. Definite no count. Missing with that spin kick is Robinson. Able to recover with that hip toss though. Daniel Bryan off his toes, at least momentarily. Misses wildly again, but again able to recover. Into the Dragon Dojo corner now. Daniel Bryan going to work with chops. Sends the big man down. Oh. Takes too long setting up an enziguri. Robinson tags out to Thomas Walker. Who quickly confuses Daniel Bryan with a roll-up, but again a no count. Daniel Bryan trying to get his bearings. Wins a strike contest. Tags out to Jonathan Gresham. Interesting strategy here. You'll see the individual matchups will change a lot more than they will in a normal 2-on-2 tag situation. Thomas Walker, great ring positioning there on that Boston Crab. Johnny Gargano able to break up the hold though. This match continues. Whoa! Thomas Walker hits pay dirt. Gresham quick to shrug that off. And right in front of the Dragon Dojo corner, Thomas Walker employing that trusty fork. Oh, gets locked into a Gargano escape. Allowing Jonathan Gresham time to get up and tag out to Daniel Bryan. Thomas Walker thinking better of things once again. Gets David Houston freshly into the matchup for the industry side. Oh, a vicious step over Dragon Sleeper. And Bryan applying a headlock variation of his own. Working the head and neck. Well-known weakness, or at least sore spot of Daniel Bryan. Single. Double. Triple moonsault out of David Houston. Wrong part of town though. Only secures him a 1 count. Able to somehow get that sliding dropkick off. Rings Daniel Bryan's bell. Long enough for him to take out to Johnny Gargano. The two of them work David Houston to the outside. Trying to work a 2-on-1 advantage on the floor. David Houston. Meanwhile in the ring, Johnny Gargano sacrificing himself. I believe he's a legal competitor. I don't know why you would want to do this. Thomas Walker, Matt Robinson, former championship combination in the ring now. Trying their best to double team Johnny Gargano. Working well to fend them off so far. Meanwhile, David Houston taking a bit of a beating on the floor. Gargano still able to hold his own. Okay, now with Houston back in the ring, things should settle down. Single arm DDT into the corner of the Dragon Dojo. Locks him into the Gargano escape. Perfect ring positioning from Gargano here. Protecting his opponent's view and access to the ropes. Thankfully for David Houston, he's able to break the hold, but unfortunately, he throws Gargano to the floor, which allows the rest of Dragon Dojo to come in and prevent the tag. Gargano quickly in, wrong part of town here, but again, this is going to confuse things in the corner. Oh, nope. Matt Robinson smartly stays on the apron long enough to become the legal competitor. Immediately applies this Boston Crab to Johnny Gargano. Gargano and Robinson now. Slugging it out and trying to work their way toward the center of the ring. Gargano is going to want to fight his way back to the Dragon Dojo corner. Matt Robinson is going to try to keep him, or maybe not. He's going to say try to keep him in the industry area. Now he seems to be rubbing the beaten in right in front of Johnny Gargano's cohorts. Robinson pulls him away again and allows Gargano to tag the still bleeding Jonathan Gresham. You can see the early handiwork of Thomas Walker there. Oh, and a big sit-out dominator for Matt Robinson. Looking to follow up, but Gresham initially fights him off and gets whipped into the ropes. It's another sit-out dominator. Pulled well away from him this time. Matt Robinson still looking for that knockout shot. Jonathan Gresham not looking to give him the opportunity. Stuffs him down with a pile driver. Gargano not able to cut David Houston off though. Able to break up that pin. Off the ropes with a vicious knee to the chest. Gresham feeling it now. Tries to cut Matt Robinson off from the tag, but a hook kick, and in comes Matt Walker. Rolls through into this arm breaker. Nothing the referee can do about it until Gresham breaks the hold or Matt Robinson lets him go. Walker says that's enough. His partner releases. And now we're back to one-on-one. Gresham getting the advantage with a quick enziguri, able to tag in Gargano. Oh, Gresham roll-up special to no avail, as he's not the legal competitor. Ushigoroshi to Gargano, center of the ring. Hooks the leg. Gargano just able to kick out. Dragon Dojo unfortunately not able to get there in time. A second Ushigoroshi. Hooks the leg again. This time Jonathan Gresham able to break it up in one. Gargano says this is it. But he can't quite catch his bearings. Thomas Walker continues the onslaught. Pressuring Gargano into the industry corner and tags out to Matt Robinson. If he hits that pedigree, it'll be all over for Johnny Gargano. Provided, of course, he does it in the right side of the ring. Both right and correct. Gargano working his way to the left now, and a quick tag out to Daniel Bryan. Key to any of these tag competitions is to try to keep a fresher competitor than your opponent in the ring at all times. Oh, beautiful tiger suplex with the bridge! Almost ends the matchup, but we fight on. Daniel Bryan and Matt Robinson. Single arm DDT from Bryan. Usually I was going to say a precursor to the yes lock right near the ropes. Right near the industry part of the ring. Both men down here. Dragon screw leg whip from Daniel Bryan. Trying to reposition Matt Robinson. Who overpowers Daniel Bryan and works his way back to his corner. Thomas Walker once again legal. Now Daniel Bryan thrown to the floor. And as you know, there are no countouts or disqualifications on the floor. Gargano taking time to pose in the center of the ring before helping his captain out. That was an interesting choice by Johnny Gargano there. Another interesting choice by David Houston to apply a disqualification attempt technique on the floor, as nothing can come of it. So you see here an octopus hold. The bread and butter of Jonathan Gresham being applied to Thomas Walker, who responds with a sheer shot to the ribs. Oh no, Angel's wings now to Jonathan Gresham on the floor from David Houston. Meanwhile, Thomas Walker eats a double suplex. Things are breaking down here now, and of course the referee can do nothing about it until the legal combatants re-enter the ring. I'll do my best to follow the action. Gargano relentless on that escape to David Houston on the floor. Now an octopus hold for Thomas Walker. We're almost back to the legal competitors. I believe Daniel Bryan and Thomas Walker might be legal. Don't quote me on that, though. As we see Walker providing enough resistance for David Houston and now himself to roll back into the ring. The referee seems satisfied that we have our competitors, and here we are, Daniel Bryan exiting the ring. What a drop kick into the Gargano escape for Johnny Gargano on Thomas Walker. What a bit of teamwork to finish things there. Just about caved his chest in and allowed Johnny Gargano to lock in the Gargano escape as the legal combatant. Dragon Dojo picks up the win, earning themselves a tag title shot next month. The crowd loved it. I had a pretty good time with it myself. Let me just circle that. So any two of the three, Gargano, Bryan, or Gresham, tag title shot next month against our champions, Penta El Zero M and Tony Storm. Wonderful. What a way to open things up. Now, our first guest is here. Eric Stevens, in from Major League Wrestling, is going to be facing the Major League Wrestling champion, Jack Howard, in an effort to return that belt to their promotion. As I said earlier, I'm trying a different strategy here. I have too many belts, so I'm trying to shed some of them. This comes after I've seemed to have acquired two more in the last week, one of which was because we sent Samoa Joe to Noah, and for whatever reason they booked him in a Noah championship match and he won their belt, so we have someone from Noah here this evening to try to take that title back to that promotion, as we don't want to cause the demise of any other entity. And as I say that, the other reason I'm making these changes is that we've collected another complete set, so to speak. That is to say, we have a set of GWA heavyweight and junior heavyweight singles titles. We have previously had the Stardom heavyweight and junior heavyweight singles titles. We now have another full set, so we can sort of tier things, 1, 2, 3 in both the heavyweight and junior heavyweight division. And then we have sort of a floating GCW championship, the currently held by Xavier Woods, that we're going to just use as sort of our lowest tier title. No offense, Mr. Woods. And of course, we have the tag team championships, the GWA Openweight Tag Team Championships, and the GWA 6-person championships, which are essentially like a stable belt so to speak. First up, though, we're going to do our best to return the MLW title to its home promotion, as Eric Stevens is here to face the Hollywood hunk, Jack Howard of the industry, who will not at all be happy or willing to relinquish that gold. It's not about creating less opportunity in the GWA with returning these belts. It's sort of, doing the right thing by these promotions so they don't fizzle out and completely disintegrate. Mind you, one of the promotions in completing these sets, we may have just pulled the proverbial plug on, and we'll just wait for that thing to slowly crumble. But as best we can, those that we did the most harm to early on, we'll try to set things right with. Unless, of course, Jack Howard has anything to say about it. A proud and almost constant champion here in the GWA in his time, as he earns a quick 2 count there. As a stiff lariat almost knocks out Eric Stevens in the opening moments. DDT. Eric Stevens with a stronger kick out at 1 there, showing he's not going to go down so early. Pop-up powerbomb, second one of the matchup. Jack Howard having his way with Eric Stevens to this point. Half and half. And over Stevens goes. Off the ropes, another pop-up powerbomb. Stevens is in big trouble, and Jack Howard says this is it. Here comes this rolling German combo. 1, 2, 3, into the pin. 1, 2, no. Almost puts him away, though. Jack Howard absolutely feeling it with a brainbuster off the top. Diving fist to the midsection of Eric Stevens. Unable to get out of the starting blocks to this point. Another brainbuster from Jack Howard, signaling again that he's got it in the bag. Hard to argue his case at this point. Package pile driver coming up. Rolls him over into the cover. 1, 2, no, Eric Stevens out at 2. Another brainbuster. Third of the matchup. Fourth coming up now. Eric Stevens again has had 0 offense. Now he's able to show a little bit of fire. Those chops in a big clothesline, taking the champ over. Now just sort of trying to rip his head off there with a neck crank. Eats a fall-away slam into the ropes. Champion able to shrug off that small flurry of offense, but Eric Stevens has a mountain to climb to get back into this one. And he may have just been spiked. Package pile driver. Almost does the trick, but Stevens fights on, at least for a few more moments. Off the ropes with a big kick to the face. Jack Howard has been firmly in control of this since almost the opening bell. Big clothesline now. Almost as though he's trying to wake his challenger up. Eric Stevens with a flurry of offense. Again, going back to that neck crank.
Give up.
Working the midsection, working the head. Getting kicked in his own. Howard pulls him away from the ropes. Might have been going for those rolling Germans again. TKO dead center. Both men up at the same time, though. Eric Stevens showing a little life, but it's getting dimmer and dimmer. Butterfly suplex with a bridge. 2. Just 2. Crowd's starting to warm up to Eric Stevens. Off the ropes into a power slam. Another kick at 2. Stevens showing a lot of heart, but not a lot of offense to this point. Relying very heavily on this neck crank submission attempt. Oh, another pop-up powerbomb. Howard never losing sight of the ultimate objective of trying to knock Eric Stevens out. Oh, blocked the powerbomb that time. Leg sweep into the ropes there. Goes to the back of the head of Jack Howard. Eric Stevens slowly but surely trying to work his way back into this thing. Jack Howard putting a stop to that with another package pile driver. Unable to make a cover, though. Eric Stevens running on fumes. Has to be. Has to be. Up top goes your champ. Diving fist drop to the glutes this time. Half and half suplex into the corner. Jack Howard's starting to wind himself with all this heavy-duty offense on Eric Stevens. Another Russian leg sweep from the challenger. Mr. Sasquatch, Mr. Bigfoot, Senior Sasquatch, you can see there, closely watching things from their side of the ring. Excellent vision. Excellent vision from Mr. Bigfoot. Oh, big kick to the back of the head, but Stevens pops right back up just in time. He gets suplexed over for the 3 at the 13-minute mark. Held on as long as he could, did Eric Stevens, but he couldn't ever really quite get on even an even playing field with Jack Howard in that one. A somewhat easy defense of the MLW Championship there, as it remains, for the moment, the GWA. Let's cross his name out, Eric Stevens. Someone else is going to have to come in next month. As the belt stays with the industry. Coming up next, in a match that's a preview of a couple of title matches next month, Dalton Castle is going to team with Kota Ibushi to take on the team of Scorpio Sky and Xavier Woods. This is alluding to the fact that next month, Dalton Castle will be defending the Junior Heavyweight Championship against Scorpio Sky, as you see the two gentlemen in the ring opposite of one another now. And Xavier Woods will be defending the GCW Championship against Kota Ibushi. So a champion and a challenger on each side of these tag team combinations. Trying to get the better of their respective opponent going into next month's title opportunity, and also allowing them and their partner to wear down the other side of their respective equation. So motivation for all four men in this one. Not serious enough for Xavier Woods not to wear his pointy boots, but he does love those things. Beautiful moonsault into a pin attempt there from Ibushi, but far too early in the matchup to do any significant damage. Shooting star press this time. Another no count though. Xavier Woods again, sort of a jack of all trades, master of none. Freestyle wrestler, I don't know, sort of describe it as. Has no sort of set style, does their own sort of thing.
Give up.
Not the flashiest moveset in the world, given the breadth of their personality, we'll say. But I think they go with what works, rock solid, what they can work. Essentially, what, 275, 300 days a year, whatever their crazy schedule is, or would have been with live events and so on and so forth. So. Trying to balance the risk-reward in a moveset. There's always another difficulty in honing your craft as a professional wrestler. Sure, you could be good at certain moves, but at the cost of what damage to yourself? You see a beautiful gut-wrench suplex there. Dalton Castle working Scorpio Sky in the corner of himself champion and Kota Ibushi challenger teaming up in this one. Sky gets countered, but luckily Xavier Woods comes in. Break up that pin attempt. See these two next month, as we said, vying for the GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship in singles competition. Big TKO from Scorpio Sky there. Wrong half of the ring, but Kota Ibushi's just looking on. Confident that Dalton Castle can kick out at 2, and so he does. Kota Ibushi now. Next month will be facing Xavier Woods. Oh my goodness me! Wow, golden trigger from Dalton Castle and Kota Ibushi to enter the matchup. But Xavier Woods is there immediately to break up the pin attempt. And then Scorpio Sky is able to find space to get Xavier Woods tagged in legally and send Kota Ibushi to the floor. These two will tangle next month with the Game Changer Championship. The lowest belt on the GWA totem pole, but still. Every bit of gold helps boost your standing here in the promotion. I think we can finally settle on a set of belts once we sort of return a few things. I'm not above giving people outside of the MLW title shots if it'll just get the belt out of my promotion, because I don't want to be the one that ruins anybody else's good time anymore. With one notable exception that we'll see later tonight. Kudobushi unable to control Xavier Woods long enough to prevent that tag. Gets sent up to the floor here. Scorpio Sky now legal, but waiting patiently in the ring. As long as Xavier Woods is giving the fight to Kota Ibushi out there, it is all perfectly legal. There are no disqualifications or countouts. I don't know why Dalton Castle isn't helping his friend. Well, they don't really have any sort of allegiances. They're just sort of tag partners at the moment. As Kota Ibushi signals for and hits the Kamigoye knee strike. Xavier Woods, though, once again able to break up what surely would have been a 3 count. Off the ropes comes Scorpio Sky. Big spinning power slam from Kota Ibushi, who once again signals for the Kamigoye. But Scorpio Sky pops right back up and immediately scrambles to tag out to Xavier Woods. Kota Ibushi, meanwhile, tagged out Dalton Castle. So now 2 champions are squaring off. Xavier Woods, a former GWA Junior champion in his own right, I do believe. It's going to be easier to keep track of these things when they're all tiered and I know who's had what and who will have what. Whoa, ankle lock now to Kota Ibushi. As he's not the legal competitor, that move stays on until Xavier Woods can break it, or Ibushi lets go. Lung blower out of Dalton Castle tags Ibushi in to be the legal competitor now. He must be able to sense the kind of role that Ibushi's on there. Screaming and throwing knees all over the place. Nice backdrop suplex at Xavier Woods. Ibushi able to shrug it off though. Screaming at the crowd for their support. Brainbuster from Xavier Woods. Rolls him up, center of the ring. Just a 2. Dalton Castle was running in for the save, but I don't know if they would have made it in time. Luckily, Kota Ibushi out under his own power with a couple of quick strikes. Xavier Woods allows him to tag out. Xavier Woods as well able to take himself out of the matchup momentarily as we have Scorpio Sky and Dalton Castle. Another TKO to Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle there reversing an inverted DDT, and then getting hit with an implant variation. Center of the ring, 2! No! Dalton Castle just kicking out. Scorpio Sky, though, feeling it. So Dalton Castle quickly tags out to try to change the rhythm and momentum of the match. Kota Ibushi gets met with his own implant DDT from Scorpio Sky. Another pin attempt, center of the ring. Castle in to break it up. Woods all the way across the ring from tagging up. Golden Star Powerbomb. No, no, no. Oh my goodness gracious me. Could have popped his head off with that one. Lucky for him, Xavier Woods saved the matchup there. Off the ropes with a double stomp. Trying to prevent Scorpio Sky from tagging out. He's Kota Ibushi, but he's unable to do so. Xavier Woods legal. In for the red corner. Back to the blue. Dalton Castle now legal.
Golden Trigger!
Golden Trigger! Doesn't immediately go for the pin for whatever reason. Xavier Woods able to recover enough to hit a neck breaker. What resilience from the GCW champion. Likewise from the GWA Junior champ to absorb that clothesline and get right back to his feet. Work back to Woods, the corner of Woods and Sky. Hit with that back elbow. Perfectly placed, both in terms of the small of the back and of the ring, as Xavier Woods, the GCW champion, just pinned the GWA Junior champion. Interesting turn of events there. Yes, I just tried to reiterate that the GCW belt was on the lowest tier, and the GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship is the highest junior ranked belt in our league. Very interesting that the champion was just pinned heading into their defense next month, and not by their challenger, rather their tag partner, themselves a singles champion here in the league. Speaking of singles championships, Dragon Dojo's Daichi Hashimoto, the current NWA heavyweight champion of the world, has a tough row to hoe, as Eddie Kingston is in from the NWA, hoping to take the NWA title back home where it belongs. How they fare, we shall all have to wait and see. For a moment at least. Once again, the creature on feature, the ref on record, Mr. Bigfoot. Eddie Kingston, a world-class talker and a world-class brawler, will be looking to strike with the back fist to the future to knock Daichi Hashimoto out. Daichi will be looking to use a series of kicks. Very effective striking offense to Hashimoto's credit, and we'll be looking to finish Kingston off with the signature maneuver of the Hashimoto family, the dangerous DDT, first perfected by Daichi's father, New Japan legend Shinya Hashimoto. In the early going here, both competitors going back and forth with simple strikes, sort of the feeling each other out process. I don't know that they've had much time opposite the ring from one another. As you see Hashimoto there hitting a DDT to little effect early on here. He'll power through a clothesline attempt there. He's the NWA champ. I don't know how long he's going to be able to go toe-to-toe striking with Eddie Kingston using fists. If I were Hashimoto, I would stick more to kicks as he comes off the ropes now. He delivers a stiff one to the chest of Eddie Kingston, who responds with a suplex attempt that is reversed, paying immediate dividends, as I don't know if Eddie Kingston quite had the air to hoist Hashimoto up immediately following that kick to the chest, but Hashimoto able to maintain their offensive advantage with a suplex of their own. And once again, reversing Kingston and sending him to the floor. Buzzsaw kick to the side of the head here. Into a cover. 1, 2. Just 2 at the 5-minute mark. Kingston starting to trail on points. Looking to get back into this before it gets too far away from him. Hashimoto slow and steady, working that midsection. New and innovative ways there, as you saw Kingston tied to the Tree of Woe. Backdrop suplex. Go to the champion Hashimoto, looking to keep the NWA title here in the GWA, and in particular in the Dragon Dojo stable. Implant DDT at Kingston. Trying for something again, but again countered in that backdrop suplex as Hashimoto's able to shake off that DDT. All credit to the champion here. Tired out from that suplex though, as Kingston is up first. Gotta worry about the cumulative damage, as well as sudden impactful damage that can just dim your lights for 3 seconds just like that. Get knocked out, get choked out. A lot of ways you can be finished in a contest. Typically you want to go out in victory, having fought with every ounce you have. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Hashimoto was looking to knock out Kingston with that leg lariat. Nothing doing as he pops right back up, but eats a suplex. Boot to the face here as champion's starting to feel it now. Getting the offense in bunches. Starting to put a bunch of kicks together. Kingston, as we said, a world-class brawler. Bit of a smothering offensive style from Eddie Kingston. If he can get that momentum going. Hashimoto again doing everything in their power. Keep Kingston down. Keep the belt here.
10 minutes gone.
Thing devolves into a further display of just fisticuffs. Kingston might get the better of Hashimoto, but as we said, if Hashimoto keeps going with those kicks, oh! Flipping slam there from Kingston. Momentarily wins and rocks the champ. This might be an opening for Kingston now. Trying to position Hashimoto for something. Big lariat to the back of the head. It's worked back into the corner though. Aichi able to catch their breath. Oh, try and take the wind out of Kingston with those kicks. In the corner, who's ready for something? Shining Wizard! Hooks the leg! 1, 2, 3, he got him! Eddie Kingston goes down to a Shining Wizard. And the NWA title as well, for the moment, remains in the GWA. Let's see if we can bring somebody in next month to challenge Hashimoto. As both guests brought here to restore glory to their promotion in the form of their main championship have failed to do so. But they entertain the crowd. Perhaps, somehow still garnering more interest in their promotions for being on such a good show. I'm also hoping, like, even in defeat, that'll help. Because if they're just part of it, they'll like, okay, well, we'll send somebody else, or we'll feel good about sending somebody else. Because you treated us so well. Or you at least, like, put us in a fairly prominent position, we put on a good match. Okay, next up, in a match of strange bedfellows once again, as you can see, Will Ospreay is in this matchup. He is our current Stardom Heavyweight Champion. What we've come to understand, the contract of this match states that whomever gets the pinfall on the Cash Wheeler-Brock Lesnar combination, if either of those people pin either Ospreay or Zeus, the person who gets the pinfall will be the challenger for Will Ospreay's Stardom Championship next month. However, if Ospreay or Zeus win the match, Zeus will challenge Will Ospreay. This is agreed to by all four parties, as Zeus is apparently originally the hand-picked opponent by Will Ospreay, but Cash Wheeler, and Brock Lesnar had some disputes to that, and this is how we're settling things. First in a tag team match, and then a singles match for a championship. Next month, let's get down to the ring and see who will be facing Will Ospreay for the Stardom belt next month. Hopefully that's not too convoluted. I'm trying not to Russo the GWA too much, but I'm trying to do non-title matches that lead to the title matches next time, which is sort of just Japanese style of, you know what I mean? Like they do the tag team matches and the six-person matches that feature challengers and champions against one another. I'm trying to go for that feel more than anything else, and sort of trying to figure out other ways to crown contenders other than literally just picking them at random. I mean, there's still going to be a lot of that, obviously, but if I can bake some of the booking into what actually happens on the prior show, that actually saves time in booking 2 cards every week. So that's the theory anyway. We'll see if I can improve the process, or we'll see if it needs improving, if it works well at all. If either of these teams work well at all, as we see a 3D out of Cash Wheeler and Brock Lesnar. Surprising bit of tag team continuity early from these two. As I was going to say, I don't think either of these tag teams have been a combination in any promotion to date. You're seeing it here for the very first time in the GWA. Zeus and Will Ospreay against Brock Lesnar and Cash Wheeler. No flips, just F5s. Oh, Zeus getting the better of Brock there, tagging into Will. Perhaps the strategy on that side being Will Ospreay's speed versus Brock Lesnar's power. Going to try to wear the larger man down. So you can see Will Ospreay with that athletic. offense, Brock Lesnar's just going to try to beat you down. As soon as he can start hitting suplexes, he'll try to show off as many variations and try to break his own record for distance as well. Here we go. Simple backdrop suplex there to Ospreay. Starting the sequence, leg hook backdrop that time out of Brock Lesnar. 2 different variations on show there. Suplexes are just going to keep on coming. Cash Wheeler tries his hand at one, and Zeus takes him over. Zeus, a power wrestler that tries to, at least in their singles matches, end things about the 15-20 minute mark. So while some may call their stamina into play for that, having a partner to tag out to might very well negate what might be a disadvantage in that regard. And the same thing could be said of Brock Lesnar, that once you pass the 15-20 minute mark with him, fatigue becomes a definite factor. So having a Cash Wheeler to tag in and out with might bode well. As Brock Lesnar has been on a bit of a singles losing streak, having dropped 3 straight singles matches in a row. Also interesting to see the frequent tags from Cash Wheeler and Brock Lesnar, given that the winner of the fall gets the tag team title, or excuse me, gets the championship match next month, and not just one member of the team. So you would think that even though they're hoping for the winner's share of the purse, they're also hoping to be the legal person in the matchup when the vault takes place. And the only way to do that is to remain the legal person by not tagging out your partner. So more on that as the match develops. Zeus and Will Ospreay trying to develop a double team there, but Brock Lesnar blocks it as he blocks the offensive attempt there from Zeus. Lesnar content to fight either gentleman here. Underhook belly to belly. Hanging out now to Cash Wheeler to get a bit of a breather for the Beast Incarnate. Double team power bomb on the way out of the ring, immediately into a figure 4 variation from the tag team specialist, Cash Wheeler. Flipping side slam out of Zeus. Drops Wheeler heavily to the mat. Spawns with his own suplex variation. Tagging back out to Brock. Don't think Brock got quite the rest he needed, but he got enough to throw Zeus halfway across the ring with that release German. Another suplex out of Brock, and another German sends Zeus to the floor. Ospreay to help his partner ends up sending Brock out to the floor. Now both the legal men are on the floor here. Oh, Zeus once again, German, this time into the guardrail by Brock Lesnar. Another backdrop suplex, meanwhile Cash Wheeler and Will Ospreay going toe-to-toe. Ospreay in the corner with a huge clothesline sends Wheeler into the corner where Brock and Zeus are closest. Wheeler responds with a big punch combination there. Big slaps out of Zeus on the floor. Lots of action to call here. F5 on the floor to Zeus from Brock Lesnar. Unfortunately, can't win the match out there. Meanwhile, Robinson special by Ospreay. Brock, I think, just threw Zeus once again. But Zeus able to re-enter the ring first. Brock follows him up. Another flipping German to the center of the ring. Pulls Zeus to his feet. F5 now. Drops him. Zeus up before Brock can make a cover and immediately tags out to Ospreay. Got to admire the heart and courage of Zeus there, absorbing that F5 but able to scurry to the corner to get out of the ring before he lost the match and his opportunity at gold. Ospreay and Brock are legal, but we're once again down to Cash and Ospreay in the ring and Zeus and Brock outside. Zeus comes back inside now. Seems to be he wanted to break up the action with Cash and Ospreay. We are now down Cash Wheeler, Will Ospreay, 2 legal combatants in this highly contested tag team matchup here. Cash Wheeler Tried and true American-style offense. Gets dropped on his head with a poison Rana by Ospreay, who tags out to Zeus. I don't know how fresh any of these four gentlemen are to this point. Zeus will be looking for that choke slam or that jackhammer. Wrong side of the ring to do it in if he tries it here. Wheeler sends him off the ropes. Beautiful spinning spine buster from Cash Wheeler. Incensed, Zeus back up to his feet, trying to fight his way back into his corner, but he's getting backed up. Wins that strike battle, though. Another heavy chop sends Wheeler down. Flipping side slam again. That is Zeus. Attempts to cover, but too close to the ropes. Brock knew it and didn't even enter the ring. Still recovering on the apron is the Beast Incarnate. Looking kind of beat Red. As red as the tights that he and Cash Wheeler seem to be matching with. Brock tagged back into the matchup now. He'll be looking to end things soon as we approach the 20-minute mark. Flipping side slam to Lesnar out of Zeus. Impressive power. Another cover here, but again, wrong part of the ring. Into a jackhammer. Cash Wheeler's got to tag up before he can break this up, and he can't. Brock Lesnar, though, able to get out at 2.9. Throws Zeus across the ring with Ospreay distracted. Oh, a huge clothesline out of Brock. Zeus responds with a flurry of chops. Able to drop Lesnar and tag out to Ospreay once again. Back and forth we go. Ospreay says he's got this, though. What does he have in mind? Big drop kick to the chest takes Lesnar down. Oh, a German throws Ospreay out of the ring, though. Cash Wheeler immediately off the apron to attack Ospreay. Lesnar immediately focusing in on Zeus. Divide and conquer here from these two tag teams. F5 to Zeus. Unfortunately, not the legal combatant on that side of this tag team equation. As Ospreay hits a flipping dropkick. Off the ropes comes Ospreay again. Misses the front flipping DDT as Lesnar is able to tag out to Wheeler. What's going on, Tex? Nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, neither man getting the timing of that. We got to double down. Ospreay's up first. Tags out to Zeus. Who knows how well they're feeling after that latest F5 from Brock Lesnar, though. Cash Wheeler with a lung blower. Unable to make the pin as Zeus is up first. Amazing resilience from Zeus here. Ospreay quickly in to break up that pin attempt as you see Brock still on the apron sucking wind. Choke slam by Zeus into the cover. 1, 2. Wheeler trying to work his way back into the corner with Lesnar. Nicely done as he brought Zeus with him. Lesnar now legal. Another lung blower out of Cash Wheeler on his way out of the ring. Brock Lesnar trying to get back into this. Huge clothesline from Brock. Wins that strike. Exchange. Oh, thanks, bud. Oh, another flipping German throws Zeus to the floor this time. Choke slam on the floor to Cash Wheeler. Lung blower in response. Zeus clutching at his head and neck now. What shape will either of these men be in? Will any of them be able to compete for Ospreay's title next month? Remember, there are no countouts or disqualifications on the floor. Oh, big elevator reverse DDT. Shades of Devon Dudley from Will Ospreay, who now hits a Stormbreaker to Brock Lesnar. What strength from Will Ospreay, who's put on 30, maybe 40 pounds over quarantine. Legit, he's huge now. All natural, quote unquote. Pair of super kicks to Ospreay's opponents. Trying to isolate Cash Wheeler now on the floor. Brock Lesnar in the middle of the ring, catching their breath. Say they got plenty more in the tank. Off the ropes they go again. Poorly timed. Both men down, but both men back up at the same time, tagging out. I don't know if anyone's fresh anymore, but Cash Wheeler and Will Ospreay are your legal combatants. Brock Lesnar taking time to dance a little bit before he leaves the ring there. Ospreay with a super kick. Shrugged off by Wheeler, who lands a clothesline. As an exclamation point on that fisticuff argument. Good old punch combo from Cash Wheeler there. Super kick out of Ospreay. Doesn't even stun Cash Wheeler. Able to maintain his focus, at least momentarily, before he's hit with a Spanish fly. Up again is Cash Wheeler. What resistance from this tag team specialist. Hungry for gold here in the GWA. Out to Zeus once more, who's been clutching at his neck. It's that last lung blower from Cash Wheeler. Oh no, not again. Wrong part of town though, as Ospreay is immediately able to break up that pin attempt after he tagged up on the apron. Zeus now has a golden opportunity here. If he can find a way to hit the choke slam or jackhammer. But no, Cash Wheeler's able to create enough time and space to take out to Brock. He's going to take over on Zeus here. Oh, jeez. Another flipping German suplex. Big choke slam from Zeus into the cover. 1, 2. Almost puts Brock away. Lung blower to Will Ospreay in the meantime. Zeus preoccupied with the illegal combatant. No! Air raid crash to Brock Lesnar. What a recovery from Zeus there. Brock is dazed. Big elbow to the back of Brock's head puts him down. F5 to Zeus from Brock Lesnar. Into the cover. Cash Wheeler playing defense. And that'll do it. Brock Lesnar earns a title match against Will Ospreay. Bring it on, he says. Alrighty. Well, that was fun. To help me book next card. Woo! 98%. Nice. Nicely done, everybody. 40,000 plus. Love that one. Okay, now for the Stardom Junior Heavyweight Championship. Mustafa Ali, the most prolific holder of the Stardom Junior Heavyweight Championship in the GWA's history, is putting the belt on the line against Mark Andrews, who we haven't seen in a little bit. We've been lending them out to various Japanese organizations, so they might come in with some new skills. Who knows? Who knows? Let's get down to the ring and see how things shake out. Also, I don't know how familiar Mustafa Ali is with Mark Andrews in singles competition. Mark Andrews, a longtime tag team partner of Will Ospreay before sort of going on a semi-excursion, appearing sporadically here for the GWA, hoping to become a more of a mainstay with some gold around their waist. Standing in their way, of course, is Mustafa Ali, who's, as we said, is the most prolific Stardom Junior champion in this promotion's history. Also, with 8 defenses of that belt in their first reign, they have the longest and most defended title reign in the entire history of GWA in and of itself. So kudos to Mustafa Ali there, hoping to equal or better that feat in their second go-around with the Stardom Junior Championship. Again, standing in their way, Mandrews will be looking to hit that beautiful shooting star press off the top. And Mustafa Ali will be looking to set you up for that 054, which they hit early and often, usually around the 5-minute mark to start things off. Once they got you down in the corner and have enough time to do it, you'd be surprised how fast they can rifle it off at the top rope. Ali really been a calming influence in the junior division. Doesn't really get rattled, no matter who they're in there against. Probably has a lot to do with their success, their state of mind. We'll see how they do against, as we said, a somewhat unfamiliar opponent. Mind you, they've been on the roster almost as long as Mustafa Ali, if not longer. Big kudo driver there. 2. Early 2 count for Mark Andrews. Surprised the champion with that. Dropped him right on his head. Known as the Dude Buster in some circles. Or the Strong Zero in others. I know it as the kudo driver. Nice drop kick to the back. After stunning Mustafa Ali. Athleticism on display there from Mark Andrews. Oh, Fisherman Buster. No point in holding for the bridge on the floor. Just released it after he dropped Mustafa Ali right on his dome. Back in the ring now goes the challenger. Thought he might have been setting up for a dive there, but Mustafa Ali wisely rolls back into the ring to prevent any such action. Andrews working the champ toward the corner. Mustafa Ali, something to say about it though. Oh! Stiff elbow drops the champ there. Snap suplex. Andrews having a difficult time getting Mustafa Ali positioned quite right in the corner where they need it. Mustafa Ali having no such trouble. Hitting that sit-out powerbomb. Almost puts Mark Andrews away there. Pressing the advantage with a super kick. Into the corner now. Mustafa Ali looking to put Mark Andrews away once and for all. Gets counter with a roll-up. Sunset flip powerbomb out of the corner and he wins! Mark Andrews becomes champion! A surprise sunset flip powerbomb out of the corner! Just like that! Mark Andrews is your new Stardom Junior Champion. That was cool. Top rope roll-up pin. And the second reign of Mustafa Ali ends almost as quickly as it began. Not quite the success that he had the first time around with that belt. They are no doubt furious. Okay. Right down that Mark Andrews is now our champ. Neat. See, that changes everything. Now we have a new champ to rest. And then in 2 months or next week, we'll see them defend the belt. Coming up, though, we have a defense of the GWA 6-person Tag Team Championship. And at the request of both teams, this one has been made a 2 out of 3 falls. It's no longer an elimination match, I hope. Let me just double check. It's no longer an elimination match, but as you can see, by matches 3, that means it is now a 2 out of 3 falls match between a team representing the Camp Fireflies. They've now changed their name to Camp Firefly. I haven't updated that in the game yet, but I decided to just call them Camp Firefly for now. A team representing Camp Firefly will be looking to win the straps from the champions, the Demon Club, coming up next. Let's see who our representatives are here, because I booked this first card last week and don't quite remember. So let's see, we got Brody Lee and Bronson Reed starting things off. As you can see, Solo Darling and the leader of Camp Firefly, Bray Wyatt. On the apron, of course, the championship team of Finn Balor and Doc Gallows will be accompanying Bronson Reed in defense of their championships here. As you can see in the corner, we are on our first fall, our first match. First team to secure 2 pinfalls or 2 submission victories will walk out of here with the GWA 6-person tag team titles. And I'm hoping, should this formula prove to generate some pretty good matches, maybe I'll just permanently have the 6-person belts be defended 2 out of 3 falls. Because it kind of makes sense since there's so many people here, but I don't know. We'll see how this match turns out. It doesn't matter if it's 2 straight or anything like that, I just want entertaining matchups. As we see the highly entertaining, at least in some circles, Bray Wyatt, leader of Camp Firefly. Now in the matchup. Boom! A little bit of magic gets killed there by Doc Ellis and Bronson Reed. Doc Gallows here for a good time and not a long time. We'll try to wrap this thing up early. Not a lot of gas in the tank, but it burns pretty hot. Solo Darling now into the matchup. Deceptively powerful. And Solo Darling. She's slugging it out here with Doc Gallows. And losing into that exchange. Still showing a lot of heart. Interesting Dave and Goliath matchup here. Gallows able to work Solo into the Demon Club corner. Tag out to its leader, Finn Balor. Can momentarily distract Solo Darling there, but now well aware that Finn Balor is illegal combatant. She quickly tags out to Mr. Brody Lee. Looking for his first taste of gold here. A lot of the members of Camp Firefly not really successful in the championship rankings to this point. In fact, if I look down their roster now, no one holds any gold. Two members, of course, being hurt. Big enziguri there from Finn. Coup de grace to the back of Mr. Brody Lee. Pulls him away from the ropes and into the cover, but wrong side of the ring. Darling in quickly to break it up at one. In a spot of trouble early is Mr. Brody Lee, so he tags out to Bray Wyatt likewise. Then tags out to Doc Gallows. We got Bray and Doc going at it. Tete-a-tete. Oh, a big punch there from Bray Wyatt. Busts Doc Gallows wide open. Let's see how that comes into play as the blood is now flowing freely into the eyes of the big man. Seems undaunted, though, as he throws Bray Wyatt back into his corner with a fall-away slam. Bray Wyatt working on that cut now. Oh, a big headbutt to the back of the head. Back into the corner of Camp Firefly. Gallows has had enough. He's got to tag out. Can't quite see at the moment. He's got to do something about that cut. Finn Balor in quickly. Haven't seen much of Bronson Reed in this one, the first 10 minutes of this matchup. Maybe saving one of the members is part of the strategy of the champion side of things, as we have actively seen somewhat even proportions of the three members of the challenging teams. You see Solo Darling now in legally once again. Unfortunately, on the receiving end of Finn Balor's shoulder thrusts in the corner. Solo Darling, if you're a Camp Firefly fan. Darling able to recover, but takes a moment to pose, which allows Finn to hit that Pele kick. Solo Darling has a ton of potential, but sometimes lacks the discipline to really get herself to that next level. I think Bray Wyatt is hoping to lead her down the path to fame and fortune as a member of Camp Firefly, and we'll see how it pays off for them. Bronson Reed in the matchup for the first time since starting the thing. As we approach around the 15-minute mark or so, getting closer to it. No decisions yet in this 2 to 3 falls matchup. Whoa, big standing spear there from Solo Darling, but Reed pops right back up. He's able to work Solo Darling into the Demon Club corner once again. Wrong part of town for Darling now. Bronson Reed goes to work. Big Samoan drop. Driving the wind out of Darling. Recovers long enough to tag in Mr. Brody Lee. Oh, Falcon Arrow. 1, 2. Almost puts Bronson Reed away as he saw Bray Wyatt there, remaining on the apron, content to watch as the other two members of Camp Firefly trying to put the Demon Club to rest in the first fall of this one. Finn Balor back in against Brody Lee, slugging it out as the leader of the Demon Club. Off the ropes he goes. Big boss man slam. Exalted One demands praise from the audience. Oh, huge clothesline off the ropes. Now Bray is legal. Nice double arm suplex. Further sends Finn Balor into the corner of Camp Firefly. Leader of each of these factions now in the ring. Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor tagging out quickly to Doc Gallows as we see a bit of double team action here. Finn Balor was meant to throw himself across the ropes, but opted to head out to the apron, and then Doc Gallows was cut off before they were able to do anything. Bit of a miscommunication there on the side of the Demon Club. No matter though, as Doc Gallows is still able to overpower Bray Wyatt. Try to keep him in his corner for as long as possible. He's now out to the floor. Oh, Bray Wyatt blasts him in the face with a steel chair. No rules on the floor, remember. No count out, no disqualifications. You see Brody Lee. It's a huge brainbuster on the floor there from Bronson Reed. In the ring, Doc Gallows and Finn Balor against Solo Darling. Bit of a mismatch to say the very least. Finn Balor dealing with the X Factor there. We're settling down now. Bray Wyatt and Doc Gallows. There we go. A clothesline from Bray. Downs Doc. Gets Brody into the match. Doc Gallows able to fend them off. Momentarily, though, that blood loss is starting to come into play. Doesn't have a lot of stamina to begin with. The more and longer that cut bleeds, the faster he's going to run out of gas. Oh, another coup de grace, this time to the chest of Brody Lee. Drags him away from the rope and hooks the leg. Got him in the right corner. Brody Lee kicks out, though. A hair's breadth away from the first fall being decided. Another coup de grace to the back this time. Rolls him over. 2, 3. First fall to the Demon Club. Let's see if we can patch Doc Gallows up before we start the second fall here, as they begin their celebrations. Let's take a look at how that thing ended, at least in terms of a text description, as you see Finn Balor there getting the pin on Mr. Brody Lee in our first matchup after a super diving foot stomp, aka the coup de grace. As we immediately begin fall number 2 here. See if we patched up Doc Gallows. As you can see, we've cleaned up the ring and we are ready to go. Set things here. Now they retain, I don't think it's 100% of the damage from the first match, but it might be like 60% or so. Same as like a tournament situation. As now Camp Firefly is behind it, need to win 2 straight falls to take the tag straps away from the Demon Club. As you saw there, Mr. Brody Lee missing wildly with that discus lariat. Oh, big elbow off the ropes from Bronson Reed. Surprising speed and agility from the big man. And you could say that about most of the people in this contest. Nothing but the finest of athletes here in the GWA. You see Solo Darling now tagging in the second fall of this. Chopping away at Bronson Reed. Off the rope she comes. Big chop block there. Off the ropes again. Misses. So Bronson Reed is able to take out to Doc Gallows. Demon Club favoring this David Goliath matchup. Camp Firefly, for whatever reason, content to let it happen. Off the ropes comes Solo Darling. Big body press there into a spear. All the members of the Demon Club thought that was too close for comfort. Solo undaunted. Big kick to the midsection there. Tags out to Bray. Oh, missing with the spear, but enough to distract Doc Gallows. As he and Bray Wyatt are slugging it out in the Demon Club corner. Wrong part of town for Bray Wyatt to be in, but the Fiend doesn't seem much to care. Trying to bust Doc Gallows open again. Didn't quite work in the first fall. Oh, Mandible Claw! Mandible Claw! But on the wrong side of the ring. And now into Bronson Reed. Referee powerless to stop this, but Doc Gallows is able to kick Bray Wyatt away. Tags out to Finn Balor now. 2/3 of the Demon Club has felt the wrath of the Mandible Claw. Balor determined to remain unsullied. A European uppercut there. So he works Bray Wyatt back to the middle of the ring. Vicious spinning strike. No, mandible claw to Finn, and he gives up. Bray Wyatt applies the mandible claw to Demon Club leader Finn Balor, scoring a big fall, a huge fall for Camp Firefly, evening this thing up at 1 fall apiece. As we get ready for the third and deciding fall in this one, Brody Lee and Bronson Reed are reset as your legal combatants, and we are underway. Dr. Bomb immediately got him, just like that. Mr. Brody Lee with a Dr. Bomb in the center of the ring. Drops Bronson Reed, and Solo Darling finds it just as funny as I. What a finish to that! We have new champions as he stares down Doc Gallows. Holy moly! That was great. That was hilarious. Okay, so unfortunately, look at this. The only unfortunate thing is it gives you, or it only counts the percentage of the last fall. And it's kind of difficult. I would assume it's kind of difficult for that number to go up, given how beat up everybody is as the matches go on. As you can see clearly by one match, or one move being all that was needed there. Anyway, let me take 1 second here to update our champions. Let's see. We have Brody Lee. We have Bray Wyatt first and foremost. Let's do that. And then we have Brody Lee. And then we have Solo Darling. There we go. Okay. That's fun. Save that again real quick. As you can see, we have a new title to defend here. As we have signed away from NXT, their junior heavyweight champion, Pete Dunne, is now here permanently on the GWA roster. Now, this was the reason that we are reshuffling all of our title belts and stuff, because we now have 3 sets of heavyweight and junior belts. We have the GWA and the GWA Junior. We have below that now the NXT and the NXT Junior. And then our third tier of singles titles is the Stardom and the Stardom Junior. And then below that, just as a roaming whomever sort of thing, like our very bottom tier title is, like our show opening title is the GCW title. And what we're trying to do is return the NOAH title and the MLW title and the NWA title to their respective promotions. Unfortunately, 0 for 2 so far in attempting to do that. We'll get another attempt at that still to come as Samoa Joe faces Go Shiozaki in from Pro Wrestling Noah. Before that, Pete Dunne, as I said, the newest signee to the GWA roster, puts their NXT Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line against Naomichi Marufuji. This is another matchup that I don't know has occurred anywhere outside of, well, perhaps Europe. I don't know if Marufuji and Noah's involvement coincided with any of the European promotions that Pete Dunne was in at the time he was at the time he was available to them, and not just exclusively signed to WWE and NXT and NXT UK and so on and so forth. Happy to have it here in the GWA regardless, as Marufuji no stranger to gold in their illustrious career. Looking to add the NXT Junior Championship. I suppose, if you want to think in terms of the real world, the NXT Junior Championship is pretty much the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, is it not? Pete Dunne there, you see working the fingers. Smartly though, Marufuji looks to have pre-taped some of his digits. Also sporting that Kinesio tape on the shoulders is Marufuji. A long history of shoulder problems. Pete Pete Dunne looking shredded as they've used most of their quarantine time to get in amazing shape. One count there, says senior official. Missed a Bigfoot. Happy to have Pete Dunne now as a permanent member of the GWA roster. Lots of interesting matchups to come, I am sure. Can you say Pete Dunne, Brock Lesnar? Yes, please. We'll eventually get to that, I'm sure. Pete Dunne, Luchasaurus? Sure, why not? We'll eventually give that a whirl, maybe. Oh, a big tombstone there. Out of Pete Dunne into a cover. 1, 2. 2 count only.
5 minutes gone.
5 minutes have passed in this championship contest, as you heard the announcer say it loud and clear. Neither man with a decided advantage, as far as I can tell, but both landing more and more damaging maneuvers as they are getting through to the heavier parts of their respective arsenals. Too close to the ropes for that pin attempt is Pete Dunne. Oh, spun into an Emerald Frozen variation from Marufuji. 1, 2. 2 count there, and the crowd appreciates the resilience of Pete Dunne. Put away lesser men in lesser time. Pete Dunne just trying to create some distance here, but nope, following Marufuji out. And then again opting. Suck a little bit of wind here. Trying to get back into things. Oh, was looking for it. Oh, the bitter end on the floor out of Pete Dunne! Thought he was looking for a weapon, but he just hit his finisher on Marufuji on the floor. Can't win the match or retain your title that way, though. Marufuji's trying to fight his way back into this one with a Tiger Driver. Dunne able to absorb that damage. Get back to his feet first. Oh, a step up enziguri from Marufuji. Rolls through into a pinning attempt, but that does not help you on the floor. Both men back inside the ring now. Oh! What a spin out face plant there. Oh, hooks him with an enziguri. Enziguri in response from Marufuji now. Both men looking for that knockout shot. Could have been that, but Marufuji pulls him back to his feet to trip him up. Rolls him up this time, but too close to the ropes. Pete Dunne able to grab the bottom rope with his hand. Break that pin attempt. Clothesline from Marufuji off the ropes. Seems to be having a bit of difficulty getting Pete Dunne positioned exactly where he wants him. Certainly not even close to anywhere for the Shiranui. Shooting Star was a thing of beauty, but too close to the ropes again for Marufuji, who, as we said, has had trouble and difficulty, sure, adapting to the size of the GWA ring. Huge frog splash to the back there, but still not enough as Pete Dunne is able to whip off a backdrop driver. Pulls Marufuji away from the ropes. Enziguri from the challenger. Backdrop. Dunne back up though. Content to slug it out with Marufuji. Uppercut for chop. Big clothesline out of Dunne. Drops Marufuji. Who's able to wrestle Pete Dunne to the ground once again. Oh, big backbreaker there. Smartly played by Pete Dunne. Trying to take the wind out of Marufuji. Scooped up again. Emerald Frozen. Marufuji unable to make the pin. Both men up at the same time. Off the ropes goes Marufuji. Backdrop. Well, hip toss, let's say. Let's differentiate between the backdrop suplexes. Oh! Knee strike to the face. Big chop. Up goes Marufuji. Shooting star press. Got him! What a sequence from Marufuji. The knee to the face, the chop to the chest to drop him to the mat. And then did you see the speed at which he hit that shooting star? And we've got a new NXT Junior Champion. What a matchup. Welcome to the GWA, Pete Dunne. I'll take your title, please. As I update my list of champions. Maru Fuji. Alright. That was dandy. Oop, and we pulled our average further up. Doesn't take a long time to put on a good match. Look at that. About 15 minutes, 95%. Okay, coming up next, as we've said, last month we lent Samoa Joe to Pro Wrestling Noah, and wouldn't you know it, they beat their champion, which I believe was Go Shiozaki, for the GHC title. So what we're going to do here is have a rematch for that belt, as Go Shiozaki has been invited at great expense. Actually, everyone that was guested here was at somewhat considerable expense. Has come here to America to wrestle Samoa Joe and hopefully take the GHC crown back to their native Japan and Pro Wrestling Noah. Can they do it? Let's find out together. As usual, the referee of note, Mr. Bigfoot, senior official here in the GWA, the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle, for those that wonder. Slow and steady will go Samoa Joe, as you know, a noted submission master. Vicious punishing strikes. Bevy of suplexes they can put you down with, and then they will choke you out. Go Shiozaki has a particularly effective lariat. Some other maneuvers. To be honest, I'm not a jillion percent what word am I thinking of? Familiar. Wow. Familiar with Go Shiozaki? Not as much as I should be. That's for sure. As we said, Joe will work that methodical pace. Oh, into an STF here. He'll try to wear you down with strikes and submissions for locking on the coquina clutch. Maybe dropping you with the muscle buster. He's got the ST Joe. Big power bomb he can hit you with into a Boston Crab sometimes. Or an STF, depending on how he's feeling. A lot of ways Samoa Joe can put you away. So I'm not overly surprised he was successful in taking the GHC crown when he guested with Noah. I'm just surprised they gave him the opportunity, because who knows how long he will hold it. Go Shiozaki is hoping he's going to be one and done. He's going to be able to take that beautiful belt back to Pro Wrestling Noah. Oh, huge exploder suplex there into the ropes from Joe.
5 minutes gone.
Shiozaki's got to be hurting now. Uranagi there near the ropes this time. Joe drags his prey away. Into a cover. 1, 2. 2 count, and the crowd appreciates the resilience of Go already. Joe's starting to put a hurt on him. We've just passed the 5-minute mark. Off the ropes goes Go. Samoan drop. Quickly back up to his feet is Shiozaki. Gotta find some way back into this thing. Joe's starting to pull ahead. Calmly countering most of Go Shiozaki's offense. Or absorbing it. Is Samoa Joe. Hopefully, Go Shiozaki able to alter their game plan or kick it into high gear here. Or Joe's able to put them away once and for all. There's a coquina clutch, just as I mentioned that.
Give up. Give up.
Deadly submission hold here, but luckily for Go Shiozaki, they're able to break it. Into the corner, Joe misses wildly. Fisherman Buster into the corner from Go Shiozaki. Big move there. Can't follow it up immediately. Joe able to keep his momentum going. Has Go Shiozaki in the dead center in the middle of the ring now. Pulls him back down to the mat with the Coquina clutch.
Give up.
Shiozaki able to bust free, but for how long? Starting to move visibly slower as he's halfway choked out. Oh, Joe with a big boot and a senton. Starting to get winded, though. Big clothesline. Clubbering blow. Joe can't follow up, though, because he's sucking wind. Another exploder, but Joe again has to pause to catch his breath. Shiozaki hoping to seize the opportunity here. Big suplex. Trying to rock Joe and keep him off his game. And out of breath for as long as possible. Joe says this is it. Just 1 second. Be right with you. Just bodily thrown to the mat there by Go Shiozaki. Snap suplex in response from Samoa Joe. Never really losing any confidence. Getting Go positioned again for this Coquina clutch. Shiozaki still trying to fight it off as best they can. Seems to just be a matter of time in the eyes of Samoa Joe. Joe missing again in the corner. Another big suplex for Go Shiozaki, looking to put a little offense together. Fisherman Buster now. Drags Joe away from the ropes. Smart thinking there. Snap suplex by Joe. Trying to cut Go and Joe trying to cut Go off. Shiozaki positioning Samoa Joe for something. Exchanging chops are the men. Oh, big kick to the chest from Joe. Followed by another exploder. Oh, and a heavy chop sends Go Shiozaki down. Challenger reeling. Champion looking to finish before he runs out of juice. Big back elbow off the ropes. Rolls him over. Got him positioned. Shiozaki reverses. Inverted suplex. Up and over goes Samoa Joe. Uranagi from the champion. Drags Go Shiozaki away from the ropes and rolls him over into the cover. 1, 2. No. Go Shiozaki out at 2. Into the corner now. Super kick from Go. Off the ropes. Poor timing from Samoa Joe. Both men are down. Back up at the same time. Suplex blocked. Samoa Joe sent to the canvas. Big chop. One from Joe does not drop Go Shiozaki, who counters another suplex and sends Joe to the floor. Shiozaki trying to seize the moment, falls him outside. Elbow strikes, stomping away. Pouring it on to Samoa Joe now. Another Fisherman Buster. To the GHC champion. Go Shiozaki, hoping to bring the belt back to Pro Wrestling Noah. Joe able to get a little time and space with that suplex. Go Shiozaki with one of his own, signaling to the crowd that he's in far better shape, but that powerbomb may beg to differ from Samoa Joe, who now stares out at the crowd, daring Go Shiozaki to come back inside. Shiozaki obliges. 1, 2, 3, he got him! Yeah, we dumped the Noah title back to Noah. That's awesome. The GHC title is headed back to Pro Wrestling Noah. Go Shiozaki wins. Nicely done. Brainbuster into a lariat. Gets the pinfall for Go Shiozaki. What an interesting move that was. All right. No longer have to worry about the Noah title. We still need to bring in somebody from Major League Wrestling in the NWA. No problem. Also need to remember to turn match 7's rules back to 1 fall. Okay. Nice. Another high quality main event. Didn't really do anything for our average, but that's okay because our main event is yet to come. I was checking the title rankings, and Roman Reigns, if they are able to successfully defend against Rey Mysterio tonight, will tie most defenses for a single championship reign in defense of the GWA Heavyweight Championship. Rey Mysterio looking to spoil that party. Roman Reigns looking to tie the record as technically the best champion in GWA's history, currently held by the MLW champion who we saw earlier tonight, Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. Rey Mysterio, as we've often said, probably the greatest counter wrestler in the history of the industry. Going in there one-on-one with the tribal chief Roman Reigns, looking to cement their legacy as one of, if not the greatest GWA champion in this company's history. Even win or lose, he's top 2. A victory here will tie for most impressive reign. Meanwhile, Rey Mysterio looking to add more gold to their impressive GWA and international resume. Never hurts to be the biggest champion in a promotion, despite your diminutive size. Look for a lot of these, look for a lot of the Lucha offensive Rays to be countered early by Roman. Rey still not quite used to, or hasn't adapted their moveset to being the one to bring the offense to their opponent. Mind you, pretty early for a frog splash out of Rey. As you can see, they're trying different ways to adapt their normal wait-and-see defensive pro wrestling style into a more offensive palette, as it better suits the fight style of the GWA. I think Rey would be best suited as a lucha competitor, probably in 6-person tags, because then you're in and out, you're countering this and that. You get your stuff in, you can go stand on the apron for a while, so on and so forth. Oh, stealing the code red from Rey Mysterio is Roman Reigns, too! Almost beats Rey early with one of his own signature maneuvers. What an interesting turn of events that would have been. Another counter by Roman Reigns into a powerbomb. Almost puts Rey away. As I said early in the matchup, that offense is more than likely going to get countered. Rey's got to find other ways to wear down his opponents rather than waiting for them to make a mistake. But if he can hang in there for a certain amount of time and start to turn the tide in his favor, again, there is no greater counter wrestler in the history of the industry than Rey Mysterio.
1,
2, almost put away again there. Hanging on by a thread is Rey. We're not even 10 minutes deep. This is kind of the way Rey likes it, as we've been describing. Sort of the way they design their offense. As he's whipped into the corner here. Reverses Roman into the corner. Jumping neck breaker from Rey Mysterio. Trying to buy himself a little bit of time. Oh, kick to the ding-ding from Roman Reigns. Not very sporting as that from your GWA champion. Rey is intent on getting off that head scissor. And it almost costs him every time. Off the ropes, dodges a spear. Olay, says Rey Mysterio. Getting Roman set up on the ropes here. Hurricane Run off the top isn't blocked. Waiting for Roman to stand. A second Hurricane Run off the ropes. 1, 2. 2 count. And 2 alone, says referee Mr. Bigfoot. And this match continues. Not for long if Roman Reigns has anything to say about it. Gathering his breath now, allowing Rey Mysterio to return. He's going to look for that Superman punch and that spear to finish Rey off. Rey hits another frog splash, this time to the back of Roman Reigns, rolls him over. 1, 2. 2 count only under GWA champion. Hell-bent on getting that head scissors off. Getting powerbombed over and over again is Rey Mysterio. Another roll-up, too close to the ropes this time. Big exploder from Roman Reigns. If you can get you rocking and reeling, Rey Mysterio can put you away no matter how big you are. But not if you're too close to the ropes, as he has been to this point. Reigns dragging Mysterio bodily back to the center of the ring. Trying to get away from all those sorts of rope shenanigans. Back into the corner is sent Roman Reigns. So he sends Rey to the floor in response. Champion to the floor. Challenger playing cat and mouse. Appeals to the crowd, but gets thrown across the ring into the opposite corner. Double reversed back into the corner, and the two men are content to slug it out now. Big dropkick from Rey. Once again, powerbomb, dead center of the ring. That'll do it. There's only so many times you can attempt to head scissor somebody and have them powerbomb you into a pin before you eventually kind of knock yourself out. And that's exactly what happened here with Rey Mysterio. Roman Reigns retains and ties for the longest reign and most defenses of the GWA Championship. Historic. Ooh. Marufuji, yep. Shiozaki gets their belt back. Yep. Yep. We got new champs. We got almost 45,000 people showing up. I don't think we can book a bigger venue. We don't have access to it. Oh, Jay White won the New Japan belt. Kudo and Tetsuya Naito, or no, I don't know. Tetsuya Endo. Thunder Rosa and Allison Kay won the NWA Junior Tag belts. Alright, made about 3 mil on that, even with all our huge expenses. It's gonna get worse next time, though. A singles tournament scheduled with AEW. That means they're somewhat interested in us? Year 4, April management. Oh, look at that! Darby Allin's out of the hospital. Interesting. Let's see if I have somewhere to put them on my card. Yeah, looks like I have somewhere to put them. Okay, nobody wanted a raise, nobody's in trouble. Let me just save that real quick. Promotion stats, please. Okay, we can hire one more person. Good. Look at this poor thing. It only has 2 belts. Why do you only have 2 belts? NXT only has 3? Yeah, we destroyed you guys. You have your 2 of your tag belts and your 6-person belts. You have no singles championships anymore, and you never will get those ones back. 16 titles in the GWA. That's way too many. We're trying very much to get rid of some. Okay. To that end, let us check. Let's back up. Let's back up. We can hire one person, but first let me do my normal management and do all of the cost of living stuff here with our facilities. Okay, we're gonna hire somebody this month, and then next month I'm looking at that $5 million gym expansion, and it's looking pretty good because it'll still leave us with more than 20 mil in the bank. So I'm happy to do that. Merchandise, how do we do? We need to dispose of these. Have to. These are okay, these are okay. We can, oh, perfect. So we don't need to produce any of these. Okay. Good stuff. Let's save all that. So we got rid of the merch that we didn't need, and we did our maintenance. Now in human resources, we can have all these scouts out still, and we have contracts to offer. I mean, would it be the worst thing in the world if I hired AJ Styles? 20 grand a month, though. And their popularity in America should be, like, through the roof, and it is very much not. So let's leave WWE alone. I'm trying to just do the free agent pool as best I can. Really, Karrion Kross left. Huh. Very interesting. That's not a bad That's not a bad pickup if I can make it. Edge is way too old. 36 is old, but that's not too bad. I do not want Adam Cole, even though their popularity is an S. No, because that comes with another belt. I don't want any more belts. Chris Dickinson is a showman style, sure, but once their move set comes into play, I feel like they'll reveal themselves as a solid strong styler Kings Road competitor. Don't think I want Jeff Hardy. Wow, look at all that popularity though. I mean, that's obvious. Another one with a huge popularity. Strong style, 51. Woof. Actually, how many, if I can check here. This is 20 heavy and 16 junior, but I also just hired Pete Dunne, so that's 17 juniors, 20 heavyweights. Okay, so maybe I should go for a heavyweight for sure then. How old Silas Young? Yeah, 42, I thought so. I mean, Thatcher, not too bad. Ricky Starks would be interesting. Anybody else out of AEW that looks good? Not really. Do not want Dolph, thank you. Okay, let's go down here. Karrion Kross. BC, DC. Sleeper hold. Got that uproot backdrop. That's a pretty good one. Okay, let's try Karrion Kross. Sure, don't worry about it. We're gonna lowball you. Actually, wait, let me back up as I always do. And save first. And before I go free agent, actually, let me see if I can ruin somebody else's day. NXT, I'm content with destroying. Completely and utterly. So, let's see what else I can do. I have Shane... I got a lot of big beefy guys already. I was gonna say, Roderick Strong, not bad. No one here really jumps out as me as somebody that I'd like need though. I don't want to mess with anybody else. As if I can help it. Like I'm trying desperately not to do that anymore. That isn't to say that I wouldn't, Okay, Karrion Kross. We're gonna lowball ya. Okay. Never mind. We're gonna medium ball ya. See how that works. Loading our data. Back down to human resources. You're a free agent, yo. Yeah, there we go. That was easy. Medium balled them. Flip down here and add Karrion Kross to the roster. Okay. So they see what they can do from a strictly in-ring perspective. Managed stables. Does anybody need to be transferred? I don't think so. Everyone looks good. Save that. Now we can book our event. First, I gotta guarantee that some friends show up. Oh wait, hang on. Before I do that, let me do human resources. Nope. Records, wrestler stats. There we go. How's everybody doing? Cash Wheeler. Ooh, Zeus is sucking, but he doesn't get the shot, so it's okay. Osprey's okay, good. Taylor's still out for 3 months. Ooh, let me update some of these. So that means Luchasaurus will be back next month. Okay. Shane Taylor out for 3 months. Luchasaurus out for 1 more month. Okay. I'm just checking everybody's status and seeing how they're feeling. Okay, Zeus isn't gonna wrestle because look at their necks. Cash Wheeler isn't gonna wrestle. Look at their neck. Good, normal, poor. Xavier, I got you against Ibushi. Everybody else is doing okay. Good, good, normal. Poor. Who's doing poor? Brock? Brock, you're supposed to be fighting. Brock and Osprey. Oh dear, oh dear. Normal, good. Normal, good. Good, normal. Poor, Thomas Walker, okay. Good, but Tyler Bates still a little stiff. Taichi's good. Gargano's in poor condition. Okay. Daniel's okay. Jonathan Gresham's okay, so I'll do Daniel Bryan and Jonathan Gresham for the tag shot. No problem. Finn Balor's doing okay. Good, 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 good. Well, you're not going to be defending your belt, so it's okay. One more month for Luchasaurus. Good, good, good. Okay, we're not too bad. Not too bad at all. So, let us invite from MLW. We need to bring somebody in because we gotta try and get these belts off them. Davey Boy Smith Jr. Oh no, look how beat up they are. Filthy Tom Lawler would be fun. Or Mance Warner. Alex Hammerstone. Let's do it. Wait, are they better? So I want these B pluses. I need somebody that can actually beat them. Nightmare Pendulum. Okay, Alex. Yep. Okay. Let me just make a note. Hammerstone is in from MLW. And then we need an NWA representative. Kingston got the last shot. How's James Storm doing? Hardcore. That's an interesting style. Ooh, let's do Nick Aldis. Actually. Yeah, let's do Nick Aldis, see if we can. It's gonna be cheaper anyway. No! Okay, how about James Storm then? No! I'm trying to give you your belt back, you fools. The question mark. There we go. The question mark is in to try to take the NWA title back. Okay. Jotted that down. So that's actually most of my stuff's ready to go now. Standard event, everything's great. Okay, first off, rules. Match number 7. Just the one fall, please. Done. Okay. Did that. Now I can like book all the title matches and then start moving stuff around. So I did this. For instance, I wanted to start with the biggest match on this show should be Dalton Castle. Oops. Title match, please. Dalton Castle. Defending against Scorpio Sky? No. Yes, Castle versus Scorpio Sky. From their last confrontation. And then we have Xavier Woods' belt on the line in the first match because we had a match to determine, or that was the other half of the there it is, Xavier Woods. The other half of this was Kota Ibushi. There we go. So those are done. And then I have coming in to get the NWA title from Daichi Hashimoto is James Storm. Oops, sorry, it's not. It's the question mark. Sure, is the question mark. And I also have Will Ospreay, Brock Lesnar on this episode for the Stardom one. go. And we had, for the tag titles, Tony Storm and Penta El Zero M against, representing Dragon Dojo, Gresham, Ian Red, Danny Bryan, there, and somewhat matching, and the NXT title, Finn Balor will be defending against the returning Darby Allin. So those are the title matches I wanted to do. That leaves 4 more matches. Okay, what else can I do here? I can put our GWA champion is Reigns. Doing well, feeling good. Team them up with somebody challenging for, oh, let's say, the Stardom Junior belt. So a junior competitor. Let's say whoever else is affiliated. Huh. That's funny. Oh, no, not everybody. Okay, let's team them up with Tyler Bate. And they're going to be against a champion in Mark Andrews, who's the Stardom Junior champ. And then another competitor that's going to fight Roman Reigns for their belt next time out. Karrion Kross is going to get an immediate title match next week, or next month. For now, though, they debut here. Okay, and then we have... How many people do we have left? See if we can do a 6-person tag. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, no, we haven't done this yet, have we? Hang on. Oh, I haven't done the Hammerstone yet. We have another title match to do. Hang on. Jack Howard needs to get rid of the MLW belt. That's why Alex Hammerstone is here. Oops. There we go. I mean, I'd prefer it if you wore tights, but if this is your current look, I'm gonna roll with it. I like the red pants, so let's go with that. Okay. Let's see if I can do a 6-person now. Industry. There's the other 3 of them. Who's hurting? Yeah, but Thomas Walker's really hurting. They're not doing great either. Demon Club. Who's doing okay here? Alex Zane's doing okay. Alright, let's just do a tag then. Tag. Alex Zane coming back in. I don't know why Brody still doesn't trust me. Alex Zane. And Brody Lee. Against David Houston. Matt Robinson. There we go. And now can I do a weird mixed 6-person tag for no reason? Not involving the Hurt. Do I have enough people that are fine? Pete Dunne's okay. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Pete Dunne. Mustafa Ali. Ooh, green. And Samoa Joe. against. Naomichi Marufuji. Rey Mysterio. And everybody else is affiliated. Well, of the two, I should do Cash. And Cash Wheeler. This is going to lead to an injury or two, I think. But, okay, now I've got to figure out the order of this stuff. Okay, swap wrestlers. Finn Balor should be higher. This should be lower just based on the fact that it's the friggin' question mark. Okay. Let's get the 6-person done over with. It'll be the second one. Tag, tag. This should be higher. There, let's do that. Right? Sure. Sure. Okay, so we start out with the GCW belt because it's going to be our opening title match from here on out. Then we have a 6-person. And then title match. I mean, I could trim this down to another tag. And then tag match, and then title match, and then heavyweight tag team title match, tag match between two contenders for next month's card, which I need to write down. So I need to do, unless it tells me otherwise, Roman v. Cross, and I'm setting up Andrews v. Bate. Former tag partners collide. Okay, so I've set up 2 title matches. Trying to keep people happy. I don't know why Mr. Brody Lee's so unhappy. Maybe they want more single stuff, but anyway. Okay, I think we're good. Match card confirmed. We're going along as per usual, as I tell us. We're just hitting the 4 o'clock mark, and we're just about to do our second show. But first, though, I need to do merchandise. Branded snacks. We got 40,000 people again. Try to feed half of them. 5,000 goods. Hey, SSD Ninja! Lovely to see you. You are just in time for the start of our second show of the day. Okay, limited runs on these ones. Maybe I'll do 3. 3 and 3. Just producing some merchandise because we got 40,000 strong coming to the show today, so trying to give them something to do. Alright, merchandise is done. We have invited friends in so we can help them get their belts back. Things have been going well. Having a great time. This is like my favorite streaming day of the week. Because I get to do management stuff, and then if I wanted to, I get to actually play the game, or I also just get to commentate, which is also fun. You jerk! Alex Hammerstone boycotting. We're trying to give you your belt back, you fool. Okay, I'm gonna have to reload this. You fools. Wow, that cost us like 12,000 people for Alex Hammerstone? Not on my watch. Nobody knows shows. Nobody knows shows. Me. Personal reasons this time. Not a chance. Let's get out of here with this. That's brutal. Like, I'm literally... The only reason, Alex Hammerstone, I booked you on my show is I'm trying to help you take your title back to your promotion so your promotion can survive. I'm gonna keep doing this until you show up, silly boy. Because I don't want the MLW to... I don't want more promotions to keep folding. I got enough belts as it is. Let's just video game this a little bit. Sorry for the repetitive nature of this, but we just need it to work properly once. There we go. Everybody showed up. Everyone came to work. As you can see, our third match is still intact. First up, though, Game Changer champion Xavier Woods puts the belt on the line against Kota Ibushi. Let's just get straight to the action. Not too much preamble on these second shows, as we usually end up going long because of them. Happy to have you amongst the 40,000 strong here to witness the latest GWA event. These two opposing teams in a tag team contest last month, so they got a little taste of each other's offensive styles. Xavier Woods in his more serious, non-pointy boots. Looking to stick to his fundamentals with that devastating brainbuster, that soul food, and that big Tenryu style back elbow off the top. Kota Ibushi, of course, will be looking for that Golden Star Powerbomb, a shooting star press, a Stardust press, or that Kamigoye knee strike where he grabs both of your wrists and just drives his knee through your face. Yes, as usual, the referee on record, senior official here in the GWA, Mr. Bigfoot. The one and only. Xavier was complaining of neck problems coming into this one, but was still cleared for competition. We're hoping for no injuries. Both men content to slug it out here. Kota with those stiff kicks to the midsection, but Xavier was able to absorb them. Here we go, that big Tenryu style back elbow. You saw it there, but unable to follow up with a pin attempt is GCW champion Xavier Woods, who now has Kota Ibushi tied up near the ropes. Ibushi able to kick their way free of that predicament. Big King Kong knee drop to the face of Xavier Woods. Here comes that brainbuster. No, straight suplex this time. Spin kick finds its mark, but it still doesn't drop Xavier Woods. Amazing core strength from the GCW champion. Oh, what a combo there from Kota Ibushi, but Xavier Woods shrugs it off. Throat thrust sends Kota Ibushi to the mat. Missing with a suplex there. Kota quick to follow up. Shrugs off a DDT from Woods. Spin kick between the shoulder blades. Into the corner now goes the champion. Kota being fairly successful with this series of offense, but having little to no effect, much like that brainbuster, was absorbed by Kota Ibushi. Golden Star Powerbomb! 1, 2! Almost puts Woods away. We almost had a new GCW champion there. Up to the top goes Woods. Leg drop from the top. Doesn't bust that out too often. Getting rolled up in the corner now. Kota Ibushi fighting his way back. Off the ropes, big shot, palm strike. Off the ropes again. Second one floors Xavier Woods. Couldn't defend himself. Takes Kota down with a big clothesline, but Kota's up first. Another Golden Star Powerbomb. 1, 2. Woods out again. Big brainbuster to Kota Ibushi. Woods positioning him now.
10 minutes gone.
Rolling elbow. Kota says this is it. Waiting for Xavier Woods to get up. Off the ropes he comes. Big clothesline. Dragon suplex with a bridge. 2, 3. Got him. Kota Ibushi wins the GCW title in your opening contest here tonight. Woo! Yeah, 96%. Crowd loved it. Thank you very much, Xavier Woods. I hope you didn't get injured. I know your neck was hurting. Okay. Kota Ibushi is our new champion. I shall make that. There. Noted. Ba-boom! We've got a new GCW champ. Just like that. The Dragon Suplex. Off to a rockin' start, though. Let's see if this six-person tag team matchup can continue that momentum. Bit of a hodgepodge here is pretty much just everybody who's left. Whomever was left. Teaming up. So we got an two odd fellow combinations. Marufuji and Pete Dunne, who faced off last month on opposite ends of this. As you see Cash Wheeler there and Rey Mysterio, the partners for Marufuji. Meanwhile, on Pete Dunne's side, you have Mustafa Ali and Samoa Joe. Pete Dunne, relative newcomer here to the GWA, brought the NXT Junior Championship with them, which effectively destroys NXT as it now has no single championships to its name. Perhaps I can help them with that at a later date, depending on how the NWA and MLW championship matches go later on in the card. As Samoa Joe sees his first action in the matchup here, as you can see his team going for a black and green motif. I always appreciate subtle displays of teamwork wherever I can find them. Cash Wheeler now tagged in. Tag team specialist, as we often refer. Bread and butter, tried and true, good old offense of the USA is Cash Wheeler. Nothing too fancy, but it's effective. Samoa Joe, of course, the Samoan submission machine. Can drop you with a series of deadly strikes, a series of punishing suplexes, and terrifying submission maneuvers. And you're left with no choice but tap or snap. Mustafa Ali in again. Most famous for their 2 kicks to the can, the Stardom Junior Championship here in the GWA. Looking to move onward and upward. Much as they are lifted into the air there for that 3D for Rey Mysterio and Cash Wheeler. As we got Rey and Ali now. 2 of the senior members of the GWA roster. Here a little longer than you would think. Very shortly after the fall of Stardom, I believe. One of the handful of promotions that no longer exist in this wrestling universe that I had a direct hand in dismantling, I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to mend my ways as I'm trying to return championships to their respective promotions as best I can. It is, and I honestly appreciate that about it. The complexity of it. I mean, I'm only playing on easy in this fire promoter mode, so I'm sort of gaming it a bit and making sure everybody shows up for work and stuff like that, but you can have a lot of real-world simulated drama in your federations. You can, if I wanted to, I could have set all of the promotions to have like full rosters and just like picked one. There's a lot of different ways this could have gone. Seemingly endless variety has always been the hallmark of the Fire Pro Wrestling series in terms of creations and especially with all the DLC available to this version of the game in particular, well beyond, and they're adding whole new game modes. Especially the move creator, which they released for this, is just ridiculous. You can now like customize every single created wrestler's moveset if you really wanted to. Soup to nuts, so sky's the limit, really. Cash Wheeler blowing Pete Dunne's lungs out. Mustafa Ali, though, with a quick save. Pride on the line here, and of course your winner's share of the purse. Future title contention, always a consideration. No shortage of championships here in the GWA. We have three tiers of heavyweight and junior titles to contend for. And of course the Game Changer Championship, which is our opening contest belt. Sort of like the Dark title from DDT. King of Dark, I believe it was called. Samoa Joe getting rolled up. Interesting there that neither of Joe's partners could figure out how to break that cover. Luckily, Joe able to break it out on their own and lock in the Coquina Clutch. Cash Wheeler, who survives, thanks to Rey Mysterio. Mustafa Ali stealing the lung blower from Cash Wheeler. Give him a taste of his own medicine. Wheeler able to tag out to Naomichi Marufuji for a 3D to Samoa Joe. Got him up for a Doomsday device with Rey Mysterio. Doomsday dropkick to Samoa Joe off the shoulders of Naomichi Marufuji. There's something you don't see every day. Sliding dropkick to the face of Samoa Joe now. He's had enough and needs to tag out to Mustafa Ali. Not a bad looking team in this corner, as they have matching gear, and a team of Mustafa Ali, Samoa Joe, and Pete Dunne sounds quite formidable to take nothing away from Naomichi Marufuji, Cash Wheeler, and Rey Mysterio. Emerald Frozen there from Marufuji, but too close to the wrong part of town. Total elimination on Samoa Joe. Marufuji up top. Shooting star press, but too close to the ropes. Might have had a surprise pin there, but wrong part of town again. Hoping to make up for that now is Marufuji, who has Mustafa Ali momentarily tied to the Tree of Woe. Tags in Rey Mysterio now. Mustafa Ali misses wildly with the 054, aiming for the wrong person. Rey's waiting for him to get back to his feet. Mustafa Ali tags out, traps Rey. In the corner of Pete Dunne, Mustafa Ali, and Samoa Joe. And Cruiserweight now, Pete Dunne and Rey Mysterio going toe-to-toe. A matchup I wouldn't mind seeing in real life. I guess if Rey's kid will allow it. Up top goes Rey with a flipping senton splash. Pulling away from the ropes, but again, wrong side of the ring if he's making any sort of serious pin attempt. Now, trying to work Pete Dunne back into Rey's team's corner. Nope, dead center of the ring is a good try too. Neither of Rey's partners in to help out. Meanwhile, both of Pete Dunne's partners in there to make sure Rey does not achieve a successful pin attempt. Marufuji back in against Pete Dunne. These two had a barn burner last month. Pete Dunne suplexes Marufuji down, but dizzies himself in the process. Still able to make the tag though. Bit of sportsmanship shown by Marufuji there, allowing his dizzied opponent to tag out. Might be for naught though. As Marufuji now being double teamed on the floor by Pete Dunne and Mustafa Ali. Meanwhile, Samoa Joe is left to contend with Cash Wheeler and Rey Mysterio and is doing a fine job of it. Double dropkick though. Super kick on the floor to Marufuji, having a bit of trouble. Hard to call all this action at the same time. Another double dropkick to Samoa Joe. Meanwhile, outside the ring, Marufuji in the opposite corner. Dealing with Pete Dunne and a big uproot backdrop driver there.
20 minutes gone.
We've passed the 20-minute mark in this one. Rey Mysterio with a roll-up to no effect. Another double drop kick to Samoa Joe. Lung blower to Pete Dunne. Mustafa Ali grabs a bit of table. Rey Mysterio just got his fingers broken, I think, there. Mustafa Ali now legal. Marufuji legal on the other side. Clothesline backdrop. We're down to Marufuji and Ali. Big spin kick from Marufuji. Puts the exclamation point on that argument. Able to tag out to Rey. Mustafa Ali unaware. Made aware. Gets rolled up. 1, 2, 3. Got him! Cash Wheeler able to block Samoa Joe. And Rey Mysterio, we've told you, perhaps the greatest counter wrestler in the history of the industry, rolls up Mustafa Ali for the victory there. Now, if Mustafa Ali had a title, I would probably grant Ray a title shot, but no longer has one. Okay, now, it took a few tries, but we got Alex Hammerstone to agree to show up because they are trying to take from us, and by us I mean the GWA, from the industry specifically, from the leader of the industry, Jack Howard, extra specifically, the MLW Championship. Alex Hammerstone is here, attempting to take that MLW title back to Major League Wrestling. Let's see if they're successful. Standing in their way, one of the OGs of the GWA, the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, who opens things up with a DDT. Both large, powerful men. Jack Howard will be looking for that package pile driver. Don't know much about Alex Hammerstone, if I'm to be perfectly honest, but we'll see what impression they make as this match unfolds. Unfortunately, Eric Stevens, the previous contender for the MLW title, didn't make much of a positive impression. So Jack Howard, to Hammerstone's benefit, might be taking Hammerstone a little lightly. It all remains to be seen. Hammerstone now clubbing away. Howard able to endure. Get right back to work on offense here. Big body slam from the Hollywood hunk. The reigning and defending MLW champion. Certainly not willing to go down without a fight. Another DDT now. Back into a face lock. Howard content to slow things down again. He's facing a bevy of unknown opponents on his end, as he's not part of the MLW roster and so isn't intimately familiar with the workings of the array of competitors. But we're going to keep bringing them here month after month until somebody takes the title from them and they can take it home. Hopefully month after month we're also helping MLW and the NWA with exposure by having some of their people in our cards. Of course, that's all dependent on how well they do in the matches. As we see a big TKO from Jack Howard here. Usually that starts his offensive rumblings. Oh, nice follow-away slam from Alex Hammerstone in response. And now a brainbuster from Jack Howard, who says this is it. Looking to make short work of the challenger. Huge clothesline there. Short arm variation. Off the ropes again. Spinning spine buster. Jack Howard starting to feel it. Starting to get rolling. Hammerstone looking to break that offensive momentum with a big belly to belly. Another follow-away slam into the ropes. Hammerstone also looking to endure the flurry of Jack Howard. Get back into this. Another belly to belly there from Hammerstone. Starting to string a few bits of offense together in his own right. Another belly to belly. Shades of Scott Steiner, Triple H. Follow-away slam. Certainly a lot of hip power in Alex Hammerstone. Able to throw Jack Howard willy-nilly. Those follow-away slams and belly to bellies might be taking its toll now as Hammerstone has to catch their breath. Howard reverses a suplex, sending Hammerstone to the floor. Over comes Howard, dives over the ropes. Makes contact perfectly. Northern Light suplex though from Alex Hammerstone, and then a gut wrench. Out of desperation, Alex Hammerstone now. Once he ate that plancha, seemed to wake the big man up. Gut wrench on the floor. Again, no countouts, no disqualifications. Anything goes outside the ring. Boom, big exploder in the corner here. Can't win the title that way, though. Referee is powerless to do anything until both competitors are back inside the ring. You see Alex Hammerstone the first to re-enter. Jack Howard now follows him in. Oh, short arm clothesline. Thought he was going to whip him across the ropes. Hammerstone up. Big suplex. Takes his time to get back to his feet, though. Both these big men are a little bit winded. Big brainbuster there. Jack Howard says, bring it on. Don't know what he was going for there, but it was countered. Countered again from Hammerstone. Gotta find a way to take advantage. Oh, butterfly suplex with the bridge. This is how he beats Stevens. Hammerstone kicks out at 2.9. Package pile driver in the center of the ring now. Unable to capitalize. Both men up at the same time. Hammerstone with a big backbreaker. Across the knee. Exploder suplex sends Jack Howard into the ropes. Off the ropes he goes. Brushes aside a dropkick. Another butterfly with a bridge. But he's too close to the ropes. Another belly to belly though. Hammerstone hanging in this one. Certainly acquitting themselves a lot better than Stevens, but it might be all over here with a package pile driver into the pin. 1, 2. Kicks out at 2. Hammerstone lives to fight another day. Backbreaker. Pulls Howard to his feet. Off the ropes comes Alex with a big clothesline. Another exploder. Backbreaker again. Stomp into the back this time. Fall away slam. Familiar offense from Alex Hammerstone. Package pile driver from Jack Howard. Bailey, Mr. Bigfoot has been the senior referee of the GWA for a long time now. It is a Sasquatch. And we're happy to have him. Jack Howard says this is it. Pulling Alex Hammerstone back to his feet for another package pile driver. Rolls him over. 1, 2, 3. Another successful defense of the MLW title for the Hollywood Hunk, Jack Howard. Once again, the MLW wrestler is sent home empty-handed. That's all right. It's not disrespectful. You're just asking a question. What a match! Yeah, you can see why he didn't want to show up for this. Gave it his all, but clearly outmatched was Alex Hammerstone. Coming up next. Is this another one of those? Yeah, this is just faction warfare. I mean, not just, but we have faction warfare coming up next. Representing the industry, David Houston and Matt Robinson take on the Camp Firefly representatives, Alex Zane and Mr. Brody Lee. Let's do a, make sure we saved. There you go. Mr. Brody Lee. As always, the creature on feature, the referee on record, senior official here in the GWA, Mr. Bigfoot. Another long entry in the long ongoing faction wars here in the GWA. 2 of the 4 being represented here. The industry comprised of 4 of the 6 original roster members of the GWA that were actually game-created wrestlers, solely fictitious, based in Fire Pro here. And then everyone else that has come along since is a real-life wrestler created in the Steam Workshop by the talented crew. Hey, Bailey 9000, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thrilled to have you. They say they are the bedrock foundation of the industry here in the GWA, and that's why they joined forces. They have since added member Tyler Bate to their ranks. Another early signee in the GWA's history, so they're starting to make more converts with some other roster members, bolstering their ranks as all the other factions have at least 5 members as well. As you see Brody Lee here, tagging with Matt Robinson, who's worked long and hard to shed the moniker of 5-star jobber to the stars. We unfortunately do not have Trent Seven in the promotion currently. I don't even think they're part of the NXT UK roster right here. They're probably hidden behind the have to scout them wall, unfortunately. But they are part of the wrestling landscape. It's full of about 750 or so real-life wrestlers across what started as about 15 promotions. including like official New Japan and Stardom edits, of course. That's true. It would be nice to get him in here. Get some more mustache mountain in here with Tyler Bate. Pete Dunne's on the roster. Walter's on the roster. Mark Andrews. So we have some representation from NXT UK. Well, I tried to do complete rosters of all the federations I wanted to feature, or as complete as I could find in the both consulting their roster pages and just finding the people in the workshop. And wouldn't you know it, the talented men and women and all points in between on the Steam Workshop that create stuff for Fire Pro Wrestling World have made so many thousands and thousands of exceptional edits, and I tip my cap to them on a daily basis. I'm blown away by how good people do. Like this Brody Lee, currently in the ring, for example, features a custom Brody Lee head made by way of the parts creator. Absolutely. I'm forever in awe at the kind of things they can make, especially now that the move editor is here and you can customize everybody's moveset if you so desired. Mind you, that precludes you from playing the edits in online mode, but I don't know how much online mode people actually use. See Matt Robinson here, looking to make short work of Mr. Brody Lee. Alex Zane in quickly to get him out of that submission predicament. The ongoing faction warfares, the ongoing struggle for supremacy here in GWA. Brody Lee recently, along with Bray Wyatt and Solo Darling, winning the 6-person tag team belts here. See a beautiful bridge on that German by David Houston, broken up just in time by Mr. Brody Lee. Or else Alex Zane's goose was cooked there. I got the MLW title by inviting the current MLW champion, or the MLW champion at the time, to an event, and then I played as the wrestler that I had them booked against, and I beat them for the title. So in a sense, yes, I stole it, but in a sense, it was also won fair and square in a wrestling contest. So I'm trying to mend my ways, the error of my ways, and return these belts after using them to make my promotion the fastest rising promotion in the world. I have way too many titles on the line, or way too many titles in this league. That's why I'm trying to shed some as well. It does help you with your prestige of your promotion, so I'm trying to have like 10 so I can do 5 defended on each monthly show and give the other half like of the roster time off, because I don't want to like work them too hard. What others have I stolen? Well, let's see. The NWA title was here for a while, or it still is tonight. The GCW title is with us. We have the Stardom heavyweight and junior title, as Stardom is no longer a promotion in this world anymore, so we can't even give it back if we wanted to. And we have the NXT and NXT Junior Heavyweight Championships. So we have a handful. And again, the MLW title. At one time or another, we also had the Pro Wrestling Noah Championship, so the GHC title. We also had the All Japan or Triple Crown Championship here for a brief time. And we also had the New Japan or IWGP Championship in the GWA for a brief period. But we were very quick to return those belts to their rightful promotions. That's kind of what started our path towards, hey, let's actually not try to destroy all the other wrestling companies out there. Let's try to do business with them instead of put them out of business. So we are doing what we can to mend our ways. Alex Zane might need some mending after that suplex. David Houston going up to the top. Moonsault in a thing of beauty, but too close to the ropes there. Double powerbomb from Mr. Brody Lee to help out his partner. Alex Zane up top. Harlem hangover. Front flip leg drop. Matt Robinson's got a long way to go. Alex Zane out of 2 though. Pump handle slam from Alex Zane. Tags out to Mr. Brody Lee. Has David Houston reeling now. There it is! The discus lariat from Brody Lee. 1, 2. Matt Robinson in to break it up. That was a custom move right there. That spinning lariat that flips him inside out. That looked awesome. David Houston mercifully tagging out to Matt Robinson here. Now the 2 big men are going to slug it out. Big sidewalk slam there. Into a cover for Mr. Brody Lee. Just one. Houston quickly breaks up the pin. Northern Lights into an armbar. Alex Zane has to go all the way across the ring to tag up. Brody Lee left to fight his way out. Oh, off the ropes! Off the ropes, but he collides with David Houston, sacrificing himself to save his tag team partner. Only momentarily as Brody Lee is able to work him into the corner of Camp Firefly. Sit out dominator for Matt Robinson. Wrong part of town to make a cover, though. Throws him outside. Creates some time and space. Double down. Matt Robinson up first. Quick to make a tag. Brody Lee does the same. Both men got to shake those cobwebs off. Huge sit-out dominator. Moonsault out of the corner. Brody Lee can only watch. 2 count only. Alex Zane is out again. Rolled up by David Houston. Brody Lee can't do anything about it. Didn't know where to kick him. And just like that, David Houston rolls up Alex Zane to the 20-minute mark. A significant victory for the industry. Brody Lee looks on in disgust as his partner Alex Zane is rolled up. And a corker, the crowd loved that one. 97%. Yeah, he couldn't quite figure out how to reverse or kick his way out of that pinning predicament, and so he watched his tag partner fall. Coming up next, in from the National Wrestling Alliance, it's the Question Mark and their mastery of Mongrovian Karate, going one-on-one with the Dragon Dojo's own Daichi Hashimoto for the NWA Heavyweight Championship. Let's see if the Question Mark can take the NWA strap back to Billy Corgan and company. As always, the head official here, Mr. Bigfoot, Senior Sasquatch. Daichi Hashimoto, known for their deadly kicks. Bit of a master of the leg strikes. And looking to finish him off. Daichi Hashimoto will look to finish the Question Mark off with the dangerous DDT, first made famous by Daichi's father, Shinya Hashimoto. Question Mark, of course, will be looking for all sorts of Mongrovian Karate, including a devastating chop to the temple that might straight up murder a dude. Remains to be seen. Well, you might not have to imagine it much longer, as I believe Brock Lesnar is challenging for the Stardom title later tonight against Will Ospreay. Who knows what Mongrovian Karate powers the Question Mark might unleash in this one. Daichi Hashimoto must keep their head on a swivel. Not a lot is known about the mysterious Question Mark, and that's the way they like to keep things. They prefer that people just see for themselves. Wink, wink. The champion Hashimoto slowing things down here. Not quite sure what to make of the Question Mark, and I do not blame them. That Mongrovian Karate is troublesome stuff.
5 minutes gone.
Oh, a big double chop there. Question Mark starting to feel it. Hashimoto not going to let Question Mark build up any momentum if they can help it. Smartly going back to the mat. Keeping the challenger down. Oh, a big spin kick there from Daichi. And back to that leg lock.
Give up. Give up.
Now trying to take the air out of the Question Mark. Staring the man down from behind. I don't know how effective that is. Give him those mean eyes if he can't see you. DDT, but the question mark pops back up. What resilience from the challenger. Champion unable to even get a pin attempt. Kicks the leg out of the question mark there. German suplex, but too close to the ropes. Question mark able to stretch their leg out, get a boot on a rope, break up that pinning predicament. Off the ropes now goes Daichi. Oh, big chop across the face. That's the one we were talking about. And another one now. Out of desperation, Hashimoto hits a DDT. Got the challenger reeling. Kicks to the midsection, drops the question mark. But for how long? Daichi off the ropes with another beautiful spin kick across the face. Props him up for a knee to the face this time. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Knocked him out. The question has been answered by Daichi Hashimoto. And the answer is no. No title for you. It remains with Daichi Hashimoto and the GWA. Well, question mark wasn't our first choice as challenger. They were just the first person that accepted. That's okay. We'll keep trying. Nick Aldis said no for whatever reason. That makes me angry. Well, not angry. That's disappointing. We'll try again. We'll try again next month. Coming up next, though, we got the second half of the card. Starting with the GWA Openweight Tag Team Championships are on the line. Representing the Demon Club, champions Penta El Zero M and Tony Storm are putting the belts on the line against Dragon Dojo member Jonathan Gresham and Dragon Dojo leader Daniel Bryan. Let's head down to the ring and see what happens here. As you can see, you might get your wish as Brock Lesnar is challenging Will Ospreay for the Stardom Heavyweight Championship following this tag team contest. Let's head down to the ring and see what happens. As always, the referee on record, Mr. Bigfoot. Because you can only set one referee per show. Tony Storm bringing immediate title success to the Demon Club upon joining it as the second junior member of that faction, comprised of leader Finn Balor and members Doc Gallows, Bronson Reed, and the two competitors in the ring now, Penta El Zero M and Tony Storm. Won the tag straps a couple months ago in a bit of a shocker. Took some time off and are now here in their first defense. Dragon Dojo members Daniel Bryan and Jonathan Gresham part of a 6-person tag team match last month, the winners of which were able to send representatives here for the tag title shot. Their trios partner Johnny Gargano taking the month off to heal a bit of an injured neck. And yes, I do agree. The tandem of Jonathan Gresham and Daniel Bryan IRL would be formidable. Like, regardless of the size of their opponents, I feel like the two of them would find a way to break them down. Like, you could put them against Kane and The Undertaker, and I'd be like, all right, 50-50 shot. It just depends how they book this. I would assume a double DQ at some point. But the Dragon Dojo that Daniel Bryan leads, comprised of Walter, Daichi Hashimoto, Johnny Gargano, and Jonathan Gresham, born out of training partners. They went to the gym together. They do a lot of rolling together and such. So, Penta El Zero M here for a good time, not a long time. Like many members of the Demon Club, looks to end things early, and to that effort will hit their landmark high-octane offense early and often. You know, like rolling around, practicing submissions and stuff, like they do with MMA training. Whatever they do recreationally in their own time is their own business. The Demon Club is Finn Balor, the leader obviously, with Doc Gallows, Bronson Reed, and then these two, Penta El Zero M and Tony Storm. They have about 4 factions of 5 people each, and then the rest are unaffiliated. I think we got about 40 people on the roster at this point. Yeah, 38, so just underneath. Well, as you saw the Gresham special there, unable to get the pin. Gresham known for that octopus hold, a master of several submissions. Rivals Rey Mysterio in terms of counters, but rather than roll you up, Jonathan Gresham is going to want to stretch you out. As currently, Daniel Bryan is on the floor, and there are no countouts or disqualifications on the floor here in the GWA. It is no person's land. As now all 4 competitors are out there in the corner, mixing things up. As you see, Penta LCRM had a powerbomb counter, but unfortunately no pins here on the floor. Penta driver to Daniel Bryan on the floor. Bryan back up though. As Gresham gets suplexed down by Tony Storm there. Yes lock. Yes lock from Daniel Bryan to Penta LCRM. Nothing he can do but take it. Super kick to Jonathan Gresham. Action fast and furious on the floor here. Referee powerless to stop it until the 2 legal competitors get back into the ring. We're back to Daniels.
10 minutes.
Excuse me, Daniel Bryan and Tony Storm as they work their way to the center of the ring. Big enziguri there, shrugged off by Tony Storm, who lands a headbutt. Back up they go and making tags. I don't know how fresh their partners are after that melee on the floor, but Jonathan Gresham and Penta LCRM are legal now. Gresham off the ropes. Big knee to the face. Oh, sling blade from Penta, who says this is it. Gets caught by Gresham though. Big pile driver. Rolls him over. 1, 2. Tony Storm there to break up the pin attempt. Bryan drops her for her troubles. Penta now. Gut check time for Jonathan Gresham, who pops right back up. Trading elbows. Penta with a super kick. Into the cover, but the wrong part of town. Easily broken up by Daniel Bryan. Gut check time again. Penta wisely making the tag here. Jonathan Gresham does the same. Tony Storm and Daniel Bryan now legal. Off the ropes goes Storm. Big drop kick to the chest of Daniel Bryan. Rolling him up now. What on earth is this? Some sort of inverted... What? I don't even know what to call that. It was like an inverted Texas cloverleaf that he then ran a body scissors on. Big boot off the ropes. Penta runs interference. Daniel Bryan out at 2.9. Tony Storm looking for the 3-point yaw. Had to settle for the 2.9. Tiger driver. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Tony Storm surprising Daniel Bryan with the Tiger driver. Telling the Dragon Dojo to kiss her backside as the Demon Club retain the tag team titles. What a match. Good stuff. Oh, that was Strong Zero. Strong Zero is her Tiger driver? I thought it was a Kudo driver. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Strong Zero it is. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't think it's just a Tiger driver, is the Strong Zero. It might be like a double underhook pile driver or something ridiculous that I'd have to import. Okay, coming up next, the match you didn't even know you wanted to see. And here it is. Will Ospreay is defending the Stardom Championship against the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar won this opportunity as one half of a tag team match last month. He and partner Cash Wheeler were taking on Will Ospreay and his partner Zeus. The stipulations being if Will Ospreay or Zeus won the match, Zeus would be the opponent for Will Ospreay this month, or whomever on the opposite side scored the pinfall would challenge Ospreay instead. Brock Lesnar ended up pinning Zeus in that matchup, and here we are now with Brock facing Will Ospreay for the Stardom title. As always, the only bigger beast in the ring than Brock, Mr. Bigfoot, is the referee in charge. And when you feel like being in charge of your day, head on down to Shiroku Mart, as you can see, our main sponsor here on the canvas. For all your needs, day to day, Shiroku Mart. Should you need a fantasy mask of some sort, Mascara Dorado there, as you can see on our Mascara Dorada, as you see on the turnbuckle, for all your souvenir fantasy masks. Be sure to pick up your Rey Mysterio,
Oi.
or your Luchasaurus, or your Penta El Zero M on the way out. I don't know that we have any other masked wrestlers than those three.
Give up.
If I'm forgetting anybody, well, I suppose Bray Wyatt, if you want to count that, though I suppose they would argue that that's just their face. These two fought when Brock Lesnar was first signed here to the GWA. As you can see, Brock Lesnar trying to suplex Ospreay back into the ring. Very sportsmanlike of them to try to help Ospreay back out, or to help him out there. I believe in that first meeting, Brock Lesnar handily defeated Will Ospreay, but as we have noticed, Brock Lesnar in singles matches is on a 3-match skid. He's on a 3-match losing streak. That victory in the tag match was his first victory in 4 months of competition here. Then GWA looking to wrap things up early with an F5 to Will Ospreay into the cover. 1, 2, just 2. Brock trying to go home real early there. An F5 before the 5-minute mark, and Ospreay has a heck of a mountain to climb in this one. Brock Lesnar shrugs off that super kick and hits a big clothesline. Now gut wrench. Gonna see suplexes in bunches if Brock gets rolling. Starting with that backdrop suplex. Ospreay off the ropes, gonna have to rely on his speed and agility and athleticism. First, he lost the NXT title to Shane Taylor, who is currently nursing an injury. And then he failed to take the NWA title from Daichi Hashimoto. And then he lost against someone else I can't remember. Whoa! A flipping German there almost sends Ospreay out of the ring in a second F5. Brock Lesnar not messing around in this one. 1, 2, no! Ospreay out again! I'm sure if you ask Brock, he will tell you the 3 people that beat him. I'm sure he has their names etched in blood on his gym walls at this point. Who was that third one? The third one was definitely an upset. It might have been Xavier Woods. Something like that. That sounds about right. I feel like it might have been Xavier Woods. Biggest win of Woods' career. I know literally it would have just been like last week's VOD, like last week's VOD from Thursday. So if you want to check out the YouTube channel, we can learn together whom exactly it was they lost to. But I'm pretty sure it was Xavier Woods, as these two men are going tooth and claw here on the floor where there are no countouts, no disqualifications. The cat and mouse now between Ospreay and Lesnar. Both men looking for time and space to catch their breath in this one. Ospreay now has been on the receiving end of a lot of punishment from Brock, who says he's got plenty left in the tank, as he once again launches Ospreay to the floor. Ospreay usually the one in charge of defying physics through their own actions, not used to having physics defied on their behalf by way of being bodily thrown from the ring. And third F5 now to Ospreay. Close to the ropes though. Brock corrects that. And into the cover. 1, 2, 3. After he hit the first, you had to know it was only a matter of time, as Will Ospreay is unable to endure the onslaught of Brock Lesnar, who gets back in the win column and picks up the Stardom Championship. Ba-boom! A new champion is crowned, and another champion falls. Okay, so I can shift Ospreay from champion to challenger eventually. I mean, Alright, so Stardom Champion B. Lesnar. Things are keeping on rolling. So we have, speaking of Tyler Bate, whom you were earlier mentioned, we have champions and challengers in a mixed tag. By mixed tag, I mean we have a champion and challenger on each side. As in one corner, the blue corner, your GWA champion, Roman Reigns, who last month, with their successful defense against Rey Mysterio, tied the record for most defenses in a single championship reign with the GWA title, will be looking to beat that record next month when they put the belt on the line against newcomer Karrion Kross, who is debuting as the other half, or is debuting as one half of the tag team. Their partner, Mark Andrews, who is currently the Stardom Junior champion, will be defending that Stardom Junior title against Tyler Bate next month. Interesting here that Roman Reigns is teaming up with a member of the industry in this upcoming tag team match. Bailey 9000, thanks very much for hanging out. I appreciate the time you spent here. Sad to see you go, but thanks for saying that you'll check out the VOD later. I appreciate that, because we have just a handful of matches to go here. First up is this preview of next month's 2 title matches that you're going to see next month, which is technically part of next Thursday's action. As Roman Reigns, Strange Bedfellows partner with Tyler Bate, taking on Mark Andrews and new signee Karrion Kross. Off the ropes goes Reigns. Usually he's the one sending people to their demise with an Irish whip. But Mark Andrews there with a nice head scissors, trying to keep the champ off their toes for as long as possible. Bit of a mismatch in size here. That's the way Mark Andrews tends to like it. One of those junior competitors that isn't afraid of a David-Goliath matchup. As now we see our first of Karrion Kross in a GWA ring. Highly touted, despite no real concrete physical evidence of their impressive skills in the ring. Their NXT career has consisted of some squashes and then that one title match where they got real hurt, which is unfortunate. Didn't have much of an impact run for me to have gotten too good of a feel of their abilities, and I don't watch much lucha, so I wouldn't have seen their work in Mexico. So probably the most high-profile mystery man of sorts currently in the pseudo-independent scene as part of the IRL NXT roster, and a new addition to the GWA roster here in Fire Pro Wrestling World's Fire Promoter Mode, all readily available on Steam. And PS4, I believe, has all of the DLC as well. I don't know how much of the workshop items transfer over, but I believe you can download all the different game modes and stuff. As now we see Roman Reigns and Karrion Kross face to face. These two, as we said, will meet for the GWA Championship. Big Superman punch there from Roman Reigns, falls over the clothesline, trying to establish a power game against his future challenger. Quickly thinks better of things and tags out to Mark Andrews. Mind games here from Karrion Kross, who gives Roman Reigns just a taste, and is now content to continue that taste on the floor when he's no longer the legal competitor. Devious actions here. Karrion Kross looking to make an impression against the GWA champion ahead of their future title shot. Tyler Bate's got something to say about it as well. See Mark Andrews now introducing a chair. That's interesting. Unusual behavior there from Mark Andrews. I guess when in Rome and tagged with Karrion Kross. You gotta try to up your game, so to speak. So see now Kross going to work on Tyler Bate. Roman Reigns and Mark Andrews mixing it up. Big moonsault in the corner. 1, 2. almost pins the GWA champion. That would have been the biggest moment in Mark Andrews' career. Roman Reigns quickly scurrying to his corner to get Tyler Bate in there. Now we got Bate and Cross going at it. Oh, big snap suplex by Tyler Cross. Killer Cross. Karrion Kross. He's had a lot of names that end in Cross. The first one, not one of his. Killer, yes. Tyler, no.
10 minutes gone.
Carrie. His name is Karrion Kross. I don't know why that's... It's kind of funny, but alright. Or Ian, I guess, if you wanted to shorten the other way. Ian Cross. Karrion Kross. Looking to make a big first impression here. Knows they have that title shot in their back pocket, but still don't want to come into that off a loss. Karrion Kross here. Once again, toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns, says this is it. Big clothesline there, downs the champion. Backslide. In the wrong corner, though. Tyler Bate easily able to break that up. Followed it up with a nice double team drop kick. Roman Reigns with a belly to belly. And then sends Karrion Kross across the ring. Closer to his own corner. Smartly done there from Reigns. But again, Karrion Kross able to absorb it, counter, make a tag of his own. Now we got Mark Andrews and Tyler Bate, who will be meeting next month for the Stardom Junior Championship. Going toe-to-toe here. A preview of that action. Tyler Driver blocked. Once but not twice. Works this time, but a big kick to the back from Karrion Kross breaks up that pin attempt. Happy to exchange chops and uppercuts. Tyler Bate gets the better of Mark Andrews there. Oh, big kudo driver from Andrews, but Bate rolls through and pops right back up into an airplane spin. Too close to the ropes, though. Karrion Kross boots Tyler Bate in the back of the head to stop that. Able to send Roman Reigns to the floor to keep this a civilized fight. Big 450 splash. Roman Reigns had to tag up into his own corner. Couldn't prevent Karrion Kross from stopping that pin attempt. Now we got Reigns and Mark Andrews. This is kind of a mismatch here. Andrews recognizes that as well. Quick to tag Kross in and quick to send Roman Reigns to the outside. Oh, Kross counters a Tyler Driver. Meanwhile, Reigns and Andrews going at it on the floor. Andrews powerbombed. Exploder suplex to Karrion Kross. Reigns gets taken over with the head scissors. Oh, stun dog millionaire out of Mark Andrews. Roman Reigns trying to fight his way out of this. Deadlift German in the ring. We're back to Bate and Andrews. I think. No, it's Kross and Reigns. I couldn't have been more wrong. Now it's Tyler Bate and Karrion Kross, who fights off that double team before getting hit with a Tyler Driver in the center of the ring. 2! Once again, Roman Reigns had to tag up and was unable to stop Mark Andrews from coming in and breaking up that pin. Tyler Bate in the corner now, hell-bent for leather, giving all he can to Karrion Kross. In comes Mark Andrews. Both he and Karrion Kross seem to think this is it. Off the ropes he goes. Satellite head scissors. Taking Tyler Bate into the center of the ring. 2, 3. Karrion Kross able to cut off Roman Reigns. Mark Andrews, your Stardom Junior champion, pins his future contender Tyler Bate, which also puts Roman Reigns on the losing side of this tag team contest. Even though he didn't take the fall, he takes his portion of the loser's share of the purse, and a big smirk on the face of Karrion Kross, knowing next month the two of them go one-on-one for the strap. It's time for your double main event. First off, NXT champion and head of the Demon Club, Finn Balor, putting the title on the line and going one-on-one with the returning Darby Allin. Darby's been away for 3 or 4 months with injury and is back and raring to go. So we put them in immediate title contention to the NXT Championship and see what they can do with that opportunity. Darby Allin, a proud member of Camp Firefly, led by Bray Wyatt here in the GWA. He'll be looking to hit that coffin drop, another custom move added to Darby Allin. Also kind of funny because as he dives backwards, he misses just as often as he hits it. Finn Balor will be looking for that coup de grace double stomp off the top, or for that 1916 elevated DDT slash brainbuster sort of maneuver. Single arm hook DDT, I suppose we could call it. Elevated DDT. Most call it the conclusion to the matchup once Finn hits it, so Darby Allin will obviously be looking to avoid. Finn Balor will be looking to, of course, defend successfully the NXT Championship, a title he holds near and dear. Darby Allin has never held the NXT Gold, but it is, of course, the secondary title here in the GWA, as we have now 3 tiers of belts. 4 if you count the GCW, and who does? I certainly don't. It's just our opening title. And the GWA belts, the NXT belts, and the Stardom belts as our ABC heavyweights and juniors. Roll up here. Of course, all the heavyweight titles are technically open weight titles, as both Finn Balor is just a heavyweight. Darby Allin is most definitely not. Oh. I dropped my pencil on my keyboard. Okay. Trying to get everything organized here. Irmo, for all your travel needs, fly Zan Travel, the official travel agent of the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle, the GWA. Finn Balor stealing the code red out of the playbook of Darby Allin, almost puts him away. Stole his move there, as indicated by that rash of Japanese text. Finn Balor not playing around, folds him up with that backdrop driver. Rolling elbow combination from Balor. Not being very welcoming back to Darby Allin here, as the young Daredevil's got to think of some way to get back into this one, and think of it quick. Pair of head scissors now. Trying to disorient Finn Balor in a code red of his own from Darby Allin. 1, 2, just a 2. Darby Allin's face painted in such a way that it's only half painted, but it's always the side that's facing you. Front flip stunner. How did he do that? Off the ropes now comes Darby. Big clothesline. Into the corner goes Finn. Fights his way free. Sends Darby into the corner this time. Misses. Rolling elbow combination once again. Darby down in the center of the ring. Trying to get Finn positioned into that corner to hit that coffin drop. That's Darby's ultimate goal. Drops down twice, misses a big clothesline wildly. Finn again with those rolling elbows. Likes to dish him out and sets a 3. Taken over again with a head scissor. Drop toe. Takes Finn Balor down. Not Ben Fowler. Here it is, 1916 to Darby Allin. Finn Balor too winded to follow up. But that couldn't have felt good to Darby Allin, who snaps off another head scissor, this time into the turnbuckle. Goes Finn Balor and Darby's up top. Coffin drop. He loves him, but he can't follow up. In fact, Finn's back to his feet first. Small package by Darby, but too close to the ropes. Another trio of elbows from Finn Balor. Inzaguri to the back of the head. Code red center of the ring from Darby Allin. 1, 2, 3, got him! Darby Allin has won! We have a winner and a new NXT champion! Oh, really? A super Rona is what they're going to call that. Sure. All right. Our NXT champion is now Darby Allin. Woo! Just as surprising as when he KO'd Daniel Bryan to win the GWA championship, before eventually losing it to our current champion, Roman Reigns. Darby Allin with more championship gold here in the GWA. Coming up, though, is our main event of the evening. Scorpio Sky, former GWA Junior Champion, challenging a title holder he's not faced for this belt before. Relative newcomer, and one blessed with immediate success, is Dalton Castle, your GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. These two men are getting ready to main event. Coming up right now. Dalton Castle, of course, will be looking for that bangarang. Scorpio Sky will be looking to hit that TKO. For the final time tonight, your referee of note, the creature on feature, Mr. Bigfoot. Senior Sasquatch. Both of these men, veterans of the North American independent wrestling scene. Dalton Castle more sporadically than Scorpio Sky, though perhaps more concentrated in the northeastern region, whereas Scorpio Sky honed their craft in the southwestern region of the North American territory, if you will. So we're going coast to coast with this one, as Dalton Castle sent coast to coast by Scorpio Sky there, but he's unable to follow up. Nearly going here, you'll see both competitors hitting their lighter offense, just trying to get a feel for their opponent, trying to wear them down to where they can hit their more bread and butter standard fare before eventually unleashing the more devastating aspects of their arsenal. Mind you, some of them like to mix it up, and if they can see an opening to hit their finish early, they'll do that too. Both men content to slug it out as they trade elbows. Scorpio Sky winning that early exchange. Unable to do anything with it. For the moment here. Here we go. Try to TKO there, you saw. Try to go for it early. Dalton Castle thought better of it. Got out of that predicament. Hit a gut wrench. Dalton now going for an early cover here. Surprisingly getting a 1 count. Just sort of testing the cardio of a Scorpio Sky. Almost a 2 there. Just forcing Scorpio Sky to bodily remove all the weight of Dalton Castle from his chest. Just sort of checking to see how much gas is left in the tank there. I don't think Dalton Castle was confident he was going to win the match. Just sort of testing Scorpio Sky there. As you can see him easily avoiding that frog splash and rolling Scorpio Sky out of the ring to catch a breather is Dalton Castle. Very smart ringside psychology from your GWA Junior Champion here. The top of the heap in the junior division here in the Gnarly Wrestling Isle. That's why they're main eventing. It is the biggest junior title in the industry, dare I say, because it belongs to the GWA. Head scissor countered into a powerbomb by Castle. Almost put Sky away early. Big clothesline from Castle there. As we said, we'll be looking to hit that bangarang. Ushigoroshi out of Scorpio Sky. I thought he was going for the TKO there. Gets his lungs blown out for his trouble. There it is, TKO right on the polar bear. 1, 2, no! Dalton Castle out at 2.9. Big cutter there from Scorpio Sky into that step over. Camel clutch, dragon sleeper variation. Look how devastating, look how deep he sits back on it. Dalton Castle trying to get back into this. Swing momentum back in their favor. Big bulldog off the ropes. Eats another cutter though. Working the head and neck is Scorpio Sky with a neck breaker. Oh! Got both arms and the neck in that one. Somehow Dalton Castle able to escape. Thought he might have given up there. Scorpio Sky was hoping the same as he is feeling it all over the place. Dalton Castle with a kick to the ding-ding there. Not the most sportsmanlike of maneuvers. Off the ropes there with a big clothesline. Long blower again from Dalton Castle. Crowd's starting to get into this one. Dalton Castle creating some space, but follows Scorpio Sky out to the floor. No countouts, no DQ. See if any weapons come into handy here. So far, textbook suplexes from Dalton Castle, one after the other. On the floor, TKO on the floor from Scorpio Sky. We've yet to see the bangarang, but we've seen a pair of TKOs so far. Dalton Castle surveying the landscape. Thinks better of it and rolls back into the ring. Low kick sends him to the mat. Another low kick to the ding-ding from Dalton Castle there. Dirty pool. Pump handle slam. Into that submission. Scorpio Sky's gonna do it. Scorpio Sky is moments away. No, Dalton Castle escapes. Off the ropes with a big frog splash from Scorpio Sky. Rolls him over. Firmly in control is the challenger here. Another frog splash to the back. Dragging him away from the ropes. Gotta roll him towards the ropes to make the pin though. It's the only thing that saved Dalton Castle there. Off the ropes he comes. Over the ropes, big shoulder tackle. Misses with the suplex. Scorpio Sky undaunted. Exploder into the guardrail can't slow Scorpio Sky down. Gut check time for Dalton Castle. Both men are down. Champion up first, but dazed. Into the ring first, smartly. Takes a moment to pose for the crowd. Says this is it. Head scissor, takeover into the corner. Scorpio Sky up top. Frog splash. 1, 2. No! Dalton Castle kicks out. Implant DDT from Scorpio Sky. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Scorpio Sky regains the GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. In your main event, yeah, the Blackout. That big elevated DDT. And here I thought the TKO was his finish. Fair enough. Scorpio Sky is our junior champion. Woo! What a way to send the crowd home happy. I wonder if that pulled up our average at all. Yes, it pulled us up to an 88. Nice, that'll send us back in time. Scorpio won the junior belt. Yep. Darby Allin won the NXT belt. Kota Ibushi is our new GCW champion. That's how we opened our show. 3 new champs crowned. 4 Lesnar won the Stardom belt. In front of 444. In front of 44,000 people. Matt Jackson is the AEW Junior Champ. Shigehiro Irie and Mike Bailey won the DDT tag belts. Alright, I made $3.5 million off that sucker. Nothing of note? Love it. Love it. That's what I love to hear. Okay, someone else is coming back. Luchasaurus is out of the hospital. Which means 2 more months for Shane Taylor. Let me update that real quick. Okay, that actually creates a bit of a problem for me. As we have too many Camp Firefly members now. The network give us an offer to broadcast our product. It starts when our current contract expires. Always nice to know where your next meal is coming from. We have an extra broadcast contract to look over. Let's take a peek at this. Must perform an event every month. $300,000 a month? Yes. I will do that for a year. I'm sorry, we cannot take any time off for the next year. Or whenever. Okay. Our events will be shown via national once our current contract expires. I think we're only local. Oh, Koji Iwamoto in Japan. That's an actual person. Cool. Santana Garrett, that might be. Oh, James Storm left the NWA. Penta wants more money. Roman Reigns wants more money. Japan likes us. Okay, let me do Penta and Roman Reigns real quick with these consultations. Penta. Oh, it's easier if I just do this. No affiliation, go to Roman Reigns. Hi there. I always give you your maximum, whatever you need. Yep, 30 grand, you're totally worth it. And then Penta is in, oh, I gotta change this name. Oop, you're in Demon Club. Penta El Cero M. Change your salary. Here you go. Boost that up. Look at your popularity. ABBC. Love it. Love it. Okay. As per usual, check this. Woo! Not too shabby. Cleared out of everything else. Training center. Maintenance. That's what I wanted to do. Sell all this. Now, we're going to lose money this month because I'm about to expand this gym. Because otherwise we can't hire anybody. And I like to do this maintenance first before I end my day. To me, it's the end of the business aspect of what I was doing with our last show. Okay, here we go. Ba-boom! Gym level 8. Oh, and I can also improve the balance ball. Maxed it out! There we go. Good stuff. Records and help. Promotion stats. Okay, we now have 45 total. I think we're at 21 heavyweights and 17 juniors currently to comprise our 38. Let me just update my numbers here. 38 of 45. Okay. Now, I still need to bring in people from the NWA and MLW to take their belts back, but I will worry about that later. For now, I'm just making sure I have my bases covered. In terms of, I don't need to, oh, scouting, let's do this quick. Stoic and freestyle. I'll do Stoic, sure. In Europe for 12 months. Make him an offer. And then you do Kings Road in America for 12 months. Make him an offer. There, let me just make sure that these scouts are rolling. You got it. Okay, so that is going to be where I'm going to leave things for today, as I normally do. So let me just center myself. Get myself going here. And then hit this button and see what happens. There we go. That's going to be all for me for today, and I want to thank everybody for watching, no matter where or when you happen to be. Wishing you all chill vibes, and for the moment, non-contact high fives. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. I'm going to be back Friday afternoon to start playing a game called Under Hero. But until then, TTFN. Now let's find somebody we can share some love with, and then we'll get on out of here. Oh, you know what? Let's go say hi to Dork Chop. Hang on 1 second. Let me just load this up real quick. Okay, let's get that going. Get this rolling. I think that's held long enough. We can just get ready to raid in 2, 1, 0. Boom! There we go. Alright, y'all. Thanks very much for spending the time with me you did, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, enjoy the rest of your day either way, really.